Chapter 4002. Master, are you all right? The North Demon was also worried. Lin Xian said, Black Mountain, it's all thanks to you this time. Take a rest. I'll deal with the rest of the people who escaped personally. Most of the people who escaped were young geniuses. Lin Xian believed that he could get rid of these people in the future. What about Brother Toad? Is he really not coming with us? The Crimson Dragon was disappointed. After all, he liked Toad very much. The two of them called each other brothers. Little White sighed. Yeah, the Toad didn't come. Who said that I wasn't coming? The Toad cried out and rushed out. Damn Toad, where did you go? The Crimson Dragon caught Toad and brought him into the Great Sage Tower. Toad said, I'm your backer. Open the Roland's Golden Palace. Without me, he wouldn't be able to borrow the power of the Roland's Golden Palace. Heishan's figure also appeared and entered the hall. Indeed, it's all thanks to this Toad. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to use my power just now. As he said that, he waved the Jade Ruyi in his hand. Toad's eyes turned red. Damn, didn't we agree that I would help you open the Roland's Golden Palace and you would return this Ruyi? You old thing, you're going back on your words. Toad jumped up and wanted to fight. The Crimson Dragon persuaded. Forget it, brother. We can't beat him. Besides, he helped us this time. Just give him this jade. Toad said, What do you know? This jade has a great background. I'm afraid that he won't be able to eat it and will stuff himself to death. The few of them were stunned after hearing that. The Crimson Dragon said, That can't be. This old man is the remnant soul of a great sage. Even he can't eat it? He can't. Toad gritted his teeth and said, Even if you're a living great sage, you can't eat it. It's best to return it. Everyone gasped after hearing that. Lin Xian was also surprised. So, what kind of person was sleeping in the Roland's Golden Palace? Could it be an existence that surpassed the great sage realm? They didn't dare to imagine. Heishan seemed to have known about it. That was why he said that the little Toad had no intention of swallowing this jade. This Ruyu is currently sealed. As for me, I'm just a remnant soul. I'll borrow it for a period of time. Once I recover, I will return this Yuru jade to you. You better keep your word. The Toad snorted coldly. Crimson Dragon, Lin Xian, and the others were even more surprised after hearing this. Even Heishan was so polite. It seems that the existence in the Roland's Golden Palace is really something. Kid, what should we do next? The Crimson Dragon asked. Let's make a trip back to Wushuang City. They also streaked across the void and flew into the distance. At the same time, news of the celestial fate star spread throughout the starry sky. The entire second astral realm was in an uproar. Had the celestial fate star opened once more? Had those experts returned? Heavens, I wonder how many people have the chance to become Saint Kings this time. Countless people were excited. After all, this wasn't the first time they had come to the heavenly fate planet. They were familiar with the situation. They naturally knew that the most important thing was the future and destiny of these people. Soon, the news spread. 9 Cheelants had the destiny to become a Saint King. What surprised everyone? As expected of 9 Cheelants, their bloodline was super strong. It seemed that in the future, they should be the next city lord of the 1,000 Demon City. Many people were moved. At the same time, more and more news spread. For example, Jin Shun of the Myriad Sword Pavilion also had the talent of a Saint King. These chief disciples were all too incredible. Yes, but a few of them died. What a pity. I heard that they were killed by Lin Wuti. No way, that Lin Wuti was too strong. What kind of destiny did he have? These people were puzzled. Some people asked, Where's Lei Zhan? Why haven't I heard of Lei Zhan? I heard that Lei Zhan only has the destiny of a Saint King. However, he has a slight chance of becoming a Saint Ninja King. But it seems that hope is fleeting. No way, Lei Zhan is so talented, but he can't become a Saint King with the soaring thunder body? What do you think? Is the Saint King cabbage? Not many chief disciples have this kind of talent. However, those people on the pilgrim list all have the destiny to become a Saint King. Not only that, I heard that Wan Jiani condensed a trace of the Milky Way splendor. He has the possibility of becoming a great saint. This Wan Jiani is really too terrifying. As for the other people, these warriors were all excited. This kind of discussion happened in every corner of the world. Gu Feng, that mysterious space element powerhouse, seemed to be the strongest. His Milky Way splendor was stronger than Wan Jian's. Becoming a great saint was no problem. As expected of a space element powerhouse, their bloodline talent was really too strong. The others would probably be suppressed by these two people. Not necessarily. I heard that Chao Tianxing didn't take the test at all. What? Someone rejected. Why? There were many explanations, but no one knew. For a moment, everyone was talking about Gu Feng and Wan Jian's names because these two people's talents were too strong. Of course, there was also Chao Tianxing's name. Because this person was even stranger, he didn't even take the test. What was the reason? Other than these three people, the most talked about was not Jian Chen, nor was it Nine Qilin. It was Lin Wudi. Tell me about Lin Wudi's situation. Yes, I heard that many of the chief disciples were killed by him. I heard that the 7 swords of Heavenly Mountain and the 10 sword saints were all killed by him. Those who returned from planet Tianming began to spread the news. The people of the second astral realm were stunned. What happened on planet Tianming was infinitely attractive to them. At this moment, when they heard about Lin Wudi, they were even more shocked. Was he that powerful? This Lin Wudi was too strong. What kind of destiny was he? Not only that, I'll tell you more. Do you know the Golden Crow 7th Prince? Everyone nodded. That was the Golden Crow Crown Prince, the son of the Sage King. Such a powerful person was killed by Lin Wudi. Moreover, he was killed early on. 90% of the Golden Crow clan died. In the end, only 1 or 2 Golden Crows escaped. Heavens! Even the 7th prince died at the hands of the other party. Everyone went crazy. This battle record was too dazzling. Haha, I'll tell you another piece of news. Another expert had returned from the celestial fate planet. Did you know that the Golden Pong of Myriad Demon City, the Fire Phoenix of Myriad Sword Pavilion, and the Peacock Race's powerhouse? These were all super geniuses. Could it be that they were also killed by Lin Xian? That's right. At this moment, Lin Wudi's name seemed to have surpassed Gu Feng and the other two. It had reached an unbelievable level. It couldn't be helped. Gu Feng and the other two were geniuses on the pilgrim roll. They were powerful and had long been deeply ingrained in the hearts of the people. Therefore, they felt that it was natural for the three of them to do something earth-shattering. But Lin Xian was different. Lin Xian was a rising star. He was even the youngest among the chief disciples. Yet, one after another, the other party did things that shocked everyone's eyeballs. It was simply too shocking. Chapter 4003. Now, everyone wanted to know what Lin Wudi's destiny was. I guess it should be a Saint King. It was possible. After all, the 9 Qilins and Jian Chun could reach the Saint King level. He should be able to reach it too. Do you think it's possible for him to condense the glory of the galaxy? Some people guessed. Impossible. Even Wan Jiani only had a slight chance. The only one who could possibly do it was a spatial powerhouse. No matter how strong Lin Wudi was, it was impossible. Indeed, everyone nodded. They were looking forward to more news. Not long after, another piece of news spread. It was said that more than 10 sacred cities had surrounded celestial fate and were attacking Lin Wudi. Lin Wudi was surrounded by so many saint cities. He would definitely die. Haha, he deserved it. Look at how many geniuses and powerhouses he killed. It would be strange if he wasn't surrounded. Some people exclaimed, while others gloated. Indeed, everyone counted and found that most of the saint cities' powerhouses had fallen at the hands of the other party. How could the people of the saint cities tolerate it? It was over. He would definitely die. Even if he didn't die, he would be skinned alive. Everyone discussed. There was also news. Do you know why these people are chasing him? Revenge was one reason. Another reason was that Lin Wudi was abandoned by the heavens. His destiny had no future. What was going on? Abandoned by the heavens? What the hell was that? The people of the second astral realm were stunned. They had heard of many saint venerables, saint kings, and even great saints, but they had never heard of someone abandoned by the heavens. Idiot, you still don't understand? Heaven and earth didn't tolerate him. He was abandoned by the heavens. When this news came out, everyone was in an uproar. Lin Wudi was abandoned by the heavens? They almost spat out a mouthful of blood. So many powerhouses and geniuses had died at his hands. He was simply a chosen one. How could he be abandoned by the heavens? They didn't believe this news at all. However, many people had watched the test back then. Some saints had returned alive. As more and more news spread, everyone was suspicious. No way. They heard that the emissaries inside had attacked and killed Linwoody. Then how did he survive? There was an expert behind Linwoody. What kind of destiny did Linwoody have? What? Linwoody's destiny surpassed the glory of the galaxy. What was a heaven illuminator? It sounded so domineering. As for some details, they were also exposed. They knew that Starry River Splendor had reached the Great Sage level. This heaven illuminator was above the Great Sage realm. Countless people cried out in alarm. They heard Lin Xian's phantom receiving the worship of countless worlds. Then, blood dyed the sky red. Lin Xian's illusion was enveloped by endless blood, forming a huge blood circle between heaven and earth. Kill. It was said that at that time, the bronze emissary was alerted. The dead bronze emissary wanted to kill Lin Xian. In the end, Lin Xian was only able to escape because of the protection of an expert. It can't be, right? What exactly did this guy do that the heavens and earth would not tolerate him? He had killed too many people. He reckoned that he had angered the heavenly Tao. Some people were discussing and guessing. However, there were also people who were alarmed. Linwoody's talent was actually above that of a great saint. Could it be that he was a young great emperor? As soon as these words were spoken, everyone was terrified. Now they finally understood why. The sacred cities wanted to hunt them down. If they let him grow, the future would be unimaginable. Quickly go and investigate the situation near planet Tianming. What is going on? These people were all excited. When the people of Peerless City heard the news, they were even more furious. They all moved out. Soon, the news spread. There were mountains of corpses and seas of blood around planet Tianming. Countless saints had died, and many corpses of minor saints were found. Was the battle so fierce? Was Linwoody dead? That was what they were most concerned about. But soon, he saw Lei Zhun, the 9 Qilins, and the others fleeing in panic. Even Wan Jianyi, Yu Quan, and the others on the sacred rankings ran back with pale faces. They were all heavily injured. This scene caused an uproar in the astral plane. So many geniuses were injured. It's over. I feel like Linwoody is going to turn the tables. On this day, another piece of news spread. Many sacred cities joined forces and returned in defeat. More than 90% of the saints were dead. Only a few geniuses and a few saints returned alive. The others were soaked in blood. Was this all Linwoody's doing? Everyone was going crazy. Was the other party already this strong? No, it wasn't Linwoody. Didn't I say that there was an expert behind Linwoody who could injure the bronze emissary? It was said that the Heavenly Tao Union was also protecting him. Perhaps it was these 2 experts who did it. Did the Heavenly Tao Union also appear? It seemed that some sacred cities couldn't act rashly. That was because if Sage Wang Ran attacked, no one would be able to stop him from killing such a young genius. But even if they killed him now, they had to consider the consequences. It was very likely that the sacred cities would be annihilated. If the Sage Kings didn't make a move, the other experts could. I also heard that someone wanted to kill Linwoody. After all, the Golden Crow race and the Peacock race weren't to be trifled with. There was even a phoenix that died in the hands of the other party. How could the 10,000 ancient races let this matter rest? The second astral plane was stirred up because of Lin Xian alone. Previously, Gu Feng, Player 1, Chao Tiansheng, and the other 2's names had also been suppressed by the other party. Not to mention Yu Quan, Emoshio, and the others. Basically, no one mentioned them. Those people almost vomited blood when they heard the news. Their limelight was stolen by one person. Limitless Sect. Chao Tiansheng had returned long ago. He said to pay close attention to Linwoody's news. If there was any movement, report it to him. After saying that, he went into seclusion. 10,000 Swords Pavilion, Jian Shang, and Wan Jianyi also returned. Wan Jianyi's face was hideous. That damn brat. He really didn't know what was good for him. I won't come out until I break through. Junior brother, don't worry about it. Come out when you become a small saint. Wang Jini and Jian Shun were both in seclusion. In fact, it wasn't just them. Emotio, Qin Xiener, Yu Quan, and the others were also in seclusion. Lei Zhen and the 9 Qilins were also in seclusion. They were first treated by the sect, and then went into seclusion. These people were crazy. They were training like crazy. First, they were indeed stimulated by Lin Xian. They were jealous of Lin Xian's strength. Moreover, they had received too many summons from the heavenly fate planet. Although they had been in seclusion before, they couldn't cultivate wholeheartedly in that kind of place. Therefore, the first thing they did when they returned was to seclusion. They wanted to completely absorb and refine the good fortune they had obtained. As expected, more and more experts came back to seclusion. Therefore, the news about Lin Xian didn't increase. Now, some experts and elders of the holy city were looking for him all over the world. Chapter 4004. Some of the seniors who hadn't entered Celestial Star also had their eyes on Lin Xian. After all, Lin Xian was so strong that he must have obtained more fortunes. They wanted to snatch some fortunes from him. Peerless City immediately issued a warning. They forbade the seniors from attacking, or they would chase him to the ends of the earth. At the same time, the Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion and the Kunlun Pavilion also announced that they would work together to protect Lin Xian. Everyone was surprised. It seemed that Lin Wudi wasn't without friends. However, most of the saints sneered because Lin Wudi had even more enemies. In the distant starry sky, a crazy roar suddenly came from a sun. Damn it! The nearby planetary systems all heard it. In fact, some of the planets in the vicinity suddenly cracked, unable to withstand the power of the explosion. This was the might of a Saint King. The saints in the stars trembled. They knew it was the Golden Crow Saint King. The Golden Crow Prince and most of the Golden Crows had died on Celestial Star, which naturally angered the Golden Crows. Sure enough, on the next day, the Golden Crows sent out peerless experts. 7 minor saints left the Golden Crows and flew to various places in the universe to search for Lin Wudi. At the same time, a powerful sword saint from the 10,000 Swords Pavilion made his move. He was also a minor saint called the Blood Sword Saint. He belonged to the Path of Slaughter. Demon City and the Great Desolation Mansion both sent out minor saints. They knew that Lin Wudi's strength was enough to fight against a peak 5th heavenly layer. Therefore, 5th heavenly layer saints weren't enough. If they were too strong, they would probably anger the people behind them. Therefore, they felt that it was very appropriate to send out minor saints. First, they could suppress the opponent in terms of cultivation and wouldn't incur the wrath of the super experts. Killing the opponent in a reasonable way would leave the others speechless. Many people couldn't find Lin Wudi at all, and speculated that he must have returned to Peerless City. Therefore, they returned to Peerless City and didn't kill him. They waited for him to come. In the sky, a dark space was flowing. The celestial demon Overshadow was the territory of the sky demons. At this moment, the witch was both excited and nervous. Pieces of information gathered in his or her hands. She quickly spread the news throughout the Heavenly Fiend clan. The experts and elders of the Heavenly Fiend clan were incomparably shocked. The 4 great protectors were alarmed. Is the patriarch out? What happened to the ancestor? What kind of destiny was this? They were excited. Was the patriarch abandoned by the heavens? Nonsense. Don't listen to his nonsense. How could our old ancestor be someone abandoned by the heavens? The great ancestor was a great sage. Moreover, there was a possibility that he was above the great sage realm. Didn't that mean there was a possibility of him becoming a great emperor? The members of the Heaven Devil race were all stunned. Was the old ancestor already so powerful? No, it's that brat. That brat's bloodline talent is super strong. That's great. Our ancestor has really found a good body this time. The patriarch was being chased by so many people from the holy city. Damn it, do they want to die? These people from the Heaven Devil race were infuriated. Go and save the patriarch. They were both shocked and stunned. They felt as if their emotions were like ice and fire. It was truly too torturous. What's going on? No one knew where Lin Xian was. All they knew was that many of the holy cities had sent minor saints to hunt him down. F***CK. Do they really think that the Heaven Devil race has no one? Go. Send the 4 great demon saints to intercept those people. Don't hold back. Just kill them. Soon, the 4 minor saints from the heaven devil race left quickly. The 4 great demon saints. On the other side, Peerless City had also sent people. This time, they sent 3 people. Other than Fu Hongya, the other 2 were second-generation disciples. They were very strong. All 3 of them had reached the minor saint realm. Similarly, they began to snipe the enemy after they went out. For a time, great battles broke out in the second astral realm from time to time. Oh heavens, a minor saint from Thunder God City was killed by someone? The news instantly caused a great commotion. Who was it? Was it Lin Wudi? No, it could be someone from the devil race. It was said that the place where Thunder God Chung died was filled with demonic qi. It was abnormally terrifying. Everyone gasped. At the same time, another piece of news came out. A little saint from the Great Desolate Prefecture had been killed by someone. A red leaf was left at the place where he died. It was Fu Hongya. It seemed that Peerless City had also made their move after the Heaven Devil race. It caused the crowd to scream in horror. Soon, another piece of news came out. A minor saint from the Golden Crow clan was killed again. Another red leaf fell. This Fu Hongya was too strong. Even a minor saint from the Golden Crow clan was no match for him. How strong was he? These people had gone crazy. After the Golden Crow clan received the news, they were furious and sent another 5 minor saints. For a time, the atmosphere became even more tense. However, those Saint Kings had not made their move yet. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed that at this level, even the news of Lin Wudi could not alarm them. Of course, most of them knew that Saint Kings could not make a move at will. After all, such people were the overlords of the stars. Once they made a move, no one would be able to resist. If a Saint King made a move on a junior, it would definitely cause panic among the other saints. At that time, there would be a great war between the saints. No junior of the saints would be able to survive. Therefore, Saint Kings were not allowed to make a move on those below the Saint King realm. This was the tacit rule. In fact, Saint Kings and minor saints were the same. Basically, they would not make a move on the younger generation. However, this time, Lin Xian was an exception. He was a 5th heaven person, yet a minor saint actually made a move. At this moment, there was no one left on Heavenly Fate Star. However, at this moment, a mysterious cave suddenly appeared below. Following that, a beautiful figure charged out. She finally made it. She had nearly been sealed here. This beautiful figure was Shun Jingqiu. At this moment, Shun Jingqiu had a layer of mysterious light on her body. Her strength had actually reached peak 5th heaven. It looked like she could enter the minor saint realm at any time. This was really incredible. This cultivation realm was even stronger than the 9 Qilins, Jianshan, and the others. It looked like she was very close to becoming a minor saint. Shin Jingqiu streaked across the sky and left this place. Heavenly Fate Star was about to be sealed again. It would only be opened again after 500 years. However, at this moment, the bronze envoy stood in the depths of Heavenly Fate Star. He gave off an extremely terrifying killing intent. A person abandoned by heaven and a Prometha flower appeared. It looked like he was someone who had to be killed. He is still in the dormant period. We cannot make a move easily. Furthermore, it was very likely that the deity Dao Union would target us. It looked like we could only think of a way to kill him with a borrowed knife. That brat should have offended several holy cities. It looked like we needed to get those holy cities to deal with him and get rid of this problem. The bronze envoy smiled coldly. The other party would not live for long. Eventually, Heavenly Fate Star closed again. A beam of light streaked across the starry heavens. That was a black spirit ship, the Black Earth. Lin Xian and the others sat cross-legged on it. In the past few days, they had received a lot of news. Their expressions were incredibly cold. These holy cities were still unwilling to give up. To think that they sent out so many minor saints to kill them. No, they could not return to Matchless City now. Lin Xian guessed that Wushuang City had to pass through a place filled with murderous traps. If he returned, he would be walking right into a trap. Chapter 4005. Kid, where are we going? It's not safe to keep drifting in the universe. If they were discovered, they would be hunted down again. Indeed, although they had the Grand Sage Tower's defense, it was still unpleasant to be hunted down. No one thought about it and said, "Come, let's go to the Sky Devil race." These people probably didn't expect him to go to the Sky Devil race. Therefore, they flew quickly. When they arrived at the Sky Devil-covered area, the people of the Sky Devil race were stunned. Soon, they burst into cheers. "Patriarch, you're here?" Lin Xian, the Northern Demon, the Crimson Dragon, and the Toad stood there. Black Mountain had already entered seclusion. This time, he had also obtained many fortunes on planet Tianming. It seemed that he was going to carry out his grand plan, his resurrection plan. He wanted to truly come back to life. Lin Xian didn't disturb him and let him cultivate in peace. Unless it was a matter of life and death, he wouldn't disturb him. The Sky Devil race was really huge at this moment. The 4 Guardian Elders stood at the front, and behind them was a dense mass of Sky Devil race experts. It was a frightening sight. Oh my heavens, what are they trying to do? The Toad almost ran away in fear. Did this kid offend these Sky Devil race people? Haha, brother, you don't understand, right? They're on our side. On our side? The Toad was stunned. Oh my heavens, does this kid have the Sky Devil race as his backing? Isn't he too strong? Welcome back, Patriarch. With the 4 Guardian Elders in the lead, the Sky Devil race people all knelt on the ground. At this moment, no matter if you were a saint venerable or a small saint, everyone was prostrating on the ground. Even the Northern Demon and the Crimson Dragon swallowed their saliva when they saw this scene. This scene was too spectacular. Lin Xian was also excited. His face regained its coldness. It was an unruly and arrogant expression that looked down on the world. After all, he still had to pretend to be the Sky Devil race's patriarch. Yes, the Sky Devil race people all stood up and looked forward. They were abnormally excited. Patriarch, rumor has it that you've reached the Heaven Illumination realm and that your future heavenly fate is above that of a great saint. Is that true? That's right, forefather. Isn't our Sky Demon clan about to soar? Even the 4 great protectors were excited. Old ancestor, those people still dared to slander you by saying that you were abandoned by the heavens. They really deserve to die. Should I go out and kill them? The corner of Lin Xian's mouth twitched. Who were these people? They were even crazier than him. He said that it was not that exaggerated. However, becoming a great sage was not a problem. Lin Xian had learned to be smart now. It was time for him to keep a low profile. After all, the 2 words Great Emperor were too stimulating. If word got out, all the holy cities would want to kill him. But even a great saint was enough to make these Sky Demons so excited that they almost fainted. After all, if the Sky Demons were to produce a great god, the Sky Demon race would definitely be a god. In that case, they would be emperor-like existences in the 2nd astral realm. It was above all the sacred cities. Lin Xian looked at them and sighed in his heart. A great sage was enough to make these people so crazy. If he really told them about what happened yesterday, they would be shocked. He reckoned that these old things would be so excited that they would die. All right, you guys go up. I'm going into seclusion. Don't disturb me. These are my friends. Treat them well. In the future, seeing them is like seeing me. We will follow your orders. These people said respectfully. Then, they stared at the Northern Demon and the others, imprinting their faces in their minds. They would definitely obey the forefathers' words. Little White jumped out and said, "Eat spirit fruits and spirit wine. Go and prepare." Lin Xian shouted coldly. As for him, he led his people toward the demonic palace. Not long after they entered, piles and piles of spirit wine and spirit fruits were sent over. Little White's eyes narrowed into crescents. Damn, this treatment is too good. Toad's eyes were red and he was drooling. I want it too. I want to test the golden crow, roast the phoenix, and roast the true dragon. With a smack, the crimson dragon slapped over. You dare to eat a dragon? Toad wiped his saliva. Brother, it was a slip of the tongue. Lin Xian shook his head and ignored the 3 of them. Instead, he said to the Northern Demon, "Cultivate here. You can have anything you want." And it was very safe. Next, Lin Xian and the Northern Demon began to cultivate in seclusion. Toad, Crimson Dragon, and Little White began to digest all kinds of spirit wine. The three of them were all demonic beasts, and their bloodlines were very special. Basically, they just needed to eat natural treasures. Lin Xian and the Northern Demon couldn't do that. They still needed to refine. And to prevent their cultivation from becoming unstable, they had to consolidate it. Lin Xian's harvest this time was too rich. He had condensed several types of laws, and his cultivation had reached the mid-stage of the fifth heavenly layer. The most important thing for him now was to consolidate his cultivation. His cultivation had been unstable all this time. At this moment, he had to consolidate it. Some of the laws also had to be taken out and tempered again. Just like that, Lin Xian began to cultivate in seclusion in the demonic palace. Those people in the outside world searched frantically, but they couldn't find him at all. They even suspected that Lin Xian was still alive. He couldn't have returned to Wushuang City, right? Impossible. Those from the sacred city gritted their teeth. Gradually, a piece of news spread. It was very likely that Lin Xian and those experts from the sacred city had perished together. When this news came out, it caused an uproar. Such an expert with the talent of a great emperor was going to die. They didn't dare to believe it. However, there was really no news about Lin Xian at all, which made them suspicious. Wushuang City was also worried. They frantically sent people to look for him. Kunlun Pavilion and Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion also took action. At the same time, a piece of news spread, causing the second astral realm to be shocked. It turned out that someone had successfully crossed the sixth heavenly layer and reached the small saint realm. Who was it? Was it nine-headed Qilin? Or Jianshen? It could also be Lei Zhan. Everyone was discussing, guessing who the chief disciples were, but they found that none of them were the chief disciples. The news came from the Spirit Clan. The first person to break through to the small saint realm was the saintess of the Spirit Clan, Shun Jingqiu. When this news came out, everyone was in an uproar. Shun Jingqiu, she actually became a small saint in advance. It was too unbelievable, because there was no news about Shun Jingqiu in the news before. There was even news about Gao Yuan and Bai Luo, Li Hongxiu, Murong Qingqing, but there was no news about Shun Jingqiu. This made people think that she had fallen. The people of the Spirit Clan were also in despair. But today, their saintess came back. Moreover, she came back with the cultivation base of the fifth heavenly layer. After 3 months of seclusion, she directly broke through to the small saint realm. This shocked the Spirit Clan, and this news spread quickly. It shocked everyone in the second astral realm. Although small saint was nothing in the eyes of some sacred city, she was the first young person to break through to the small saint realm. She was faster than Jian Chun, the nine-headed Qilin, and the others. This meant that Shun Jingqiu's talent was absolutely superb. What kind of summoning did she receive? What kind of destiny did she have? All kinds of guesses. Chapter 4006. However, they found that there was no news about Shun Jingqiu in the entire heavenly fate star. This made them very puzzled. The people of Wushuang City were also surprised. They quickly sent people to the Spirit Clan to investigate. The people of Wushuang City went to the Spirit Clan and found that Shun Jingqiu was still in seclusion. The entire Spirit Clan treated her respectfully. But soon, the people of Wushuang City also left. They came to check on Shun Jingqiu's safety. Moreover, they were puzzled because they entered the heavenly fate star. They didn't meet Shun Jingqiu and didn't know what happened. Now that Shun Jingqiu was in seclusion, they could only wait until she came out of seclusion to ask again. Time passed slowly. Half a year had passed. Shun Jingqiu hadn't come out of seclusion yet. It seemed that she wouldn't come out in a short time. However, another piece of news came from the second astral realm, which caused an uproar. It turned out that someone had broken through to the small saint realm. This time, it was Lei Zhan. This Lei Zhan was really amazing. They didn't expect that he would compete with Jian Shun, the nine-headed Qilin, and the others. He broke through in advance. I heard that his heavenly fate star was only a saint venerable. It was very difficult for him to enter the Saint King realm. I guess he must have been provoked. Knowing shame and bravery, perhaps this could really create a miracle. Exclamations came one after another. The people of Thunder God City were also in a good mood. And there was also news that Jian Chun, the nine-headed Qilin, and the others were in seclusion. These people wouldn't come out until they reached the small saint realm. However, their pursuit of Lin Xian had never stopped. These people set up an ambush on the road that Wushuang City had to pass through. But after waiting for so long, they didn't see anyone at all. They had to change their strategy. Lin Wudi also had many friends around him. If they could catch a few of them, they could make him come out. The dragon and the man of the demon clan were not seen. They could only attack others. Didn't he have a few women? Why did he make a move on those women? These people of the sacred city began to have other plans. However, the women around Lin Xian had extraordinary identities. They didn't dare to assassinate them. They had other ways. On this day, the elders of the Myriad Sword Pavilion brought treasures to the Kunlun Pavilion. At the same time, the news also spread. Heavens, have you heard? The people of the Myriad Sword Pavilion went to the Kunlun Pavilion to propose. There was such a thing. It seemed that the Myriad Sword Pavilion represented Jin Shun to the saintess of the Kunlun Pavilion Morong Qingqing. This Jin Shun was incredible. He was as strong as Lin Wudi, wasn't he? In the future, he would definitely be able to make it onto the pilgrim rank and replace his senior brother, Wang Jiani. That Morong Qingqing was also incredible. Her face was extremely beautiful, and her talent was unparalleled. They were truly a perfect match. Many people. However, there were also some people who frowned. Why do I sense a hint of a conspiracy? It was said that the saintess of the Kunlun Pavilion was very close to Lin Wudi. Such a thing like that? These people discussed animatedly, but soon, they cried out in surprise again. It turned out that the elders of the Thousand Demon City had brought treasures to the Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion. It was said that he was proposing to Nine-Headed Qilin, and the person he was proposing to was naturally Li Hongxiu. This scene naturally made people suck in a breath of cold air. The relationship between Li Hongxiu and Lin Wudi was also extraordinary. What did these people want? It looked like he wanted to lure Lin Wudi out. In an instant, everyone understood. At the same time, Thunder God City also made a move. The elder of Thunder God City went to the Spirit Clan to propose to Shan Jingqiu. This scene caused an uproar again. Shan Jingqiu was a disciple of Wushuang City. She had a close relationship with Lin Xian. Not ordinary. The women around Lin Xian had all been proposed to by other sacred cities. They definitely wanted Lin Wudi to come out. It seemed that these sacred cities really had no choice. They actually came up with such a move. This move was too ruthless. They just didn't know if that kid would come out. They still had to see if those sacred cities would agree. Everyone paid close attention. The people of Wushuang City were also anxious. They sent people to negotiate. In the end, Kunlun Pavilion and Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion refused. However, the Spirit Clan did not immediately express their stance. The news spread. It was said that the people of the Spirit Clan had a secret meeting with the elder of Thunder God City. It seemed that they might agree. 7 days later, the news spread. The Spirit Clan really agreed. When the news came out, the second astral realm was in an uproar. Shan Jingqiu was originally very famous. The saintess of the Spirit Clan had an extraordinary status. She was very talented and beautiful. She was pursued by countless young talents. Now, she was the first to break through to become a small saint. Her future was limitless. Lei Jin had long been famous in the second astral realm. Although this time, Tianming was not the top, but he was the existence that countless people looked up to, especially Lei Jin, who was the second to break through to become a small saint. He was even more popular. Now the two of them were going to marry? For a moment, many people exclaimed. Wushuang City, Shisui Tianchun, Wang Xiaofeng and the others frowned. Impossible. How could senior sister Jingqiu agree to that guy? Where was senior brother Lin? Why didn't he come out? They were very anxious. They didn't expect Lei Jin to succeed. Demon City, Wanjian Pavilion, Great Desolate Mansion, Acheron Palace and the others were also surprised. They sneered. Originally, they wanted to use this opportunity to lure Lin Xian out. Although they failed, it was fine as long as one of them succeeded. They thought that Lin Wudi would definitely come out after receiving the news. What they wanted to do was to spread the news throughout the second astral realm. Every corner. Next, these sacred cities would operate behind the scenes. The news spread quickly. In the end, The heavenly demon overturned region also knew. The witch held the news in her hand and frowned slightly. She took the news and came to the heavenly demon palace. Looking at the closed door in front of her, she hesitated. She didn't know if she should report it. Inside the heavenly demon palace, the crimson dragon and the toad sensed the situation outside. They opened the door. "Oh, it's a little beauty. Why are you here? Looking for me?" The toad drooled. The crimson dragon poked its head out and asked, "Why do I look at your expression? Is there any news outside?" The witch also knew that although these two monsters were arrogant, they were their ancestors. After all, they didn't dare to offend the people around their patriarch. She took a deep breath and passed the jade slip in her hand over. She said that the information she gathered, Shun Jingqiu and Lei Zhan had both broken through to become small saints. Shun Jingqiu was the first to break through to become a small saint, which shocked many people. And recently, Thunder God City, Wanjian Pavilion, and Demon City. They proposed marriage to Shun Jingqiu, Li Hongxiu, and Murong Qingqing. Among them, Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion and Kunlun Pavilion refused. However, the Spirit Clan agreed. It was said that the wedding would be held in 3 months. Chapter 4007. What? Hearing this, the Crimson Dragon jumped up. Originally, he was quite happy when he heard that Shun Jingqiu was the first to break through to the small saint realm. But when he heard this news, he immediately frowned in anger. "Damn it, Lei Zhan, that brat, does he want to die? It seemed that he was so reckless when I spared his life last time. What's going on?" The toad was also surprised. The Crimson Dragon said that Shun Jingqiu was Brat Lin's woman, and others dared to touch her. F***CK. I'll kick him to death. Let's go and meet that Lei Zhan. It's useless. As far as I know, Lei Zhan is still in seclusion. Up ahead, the witch sighed. I've already sent the news. You'd better tell the old ancestor. If there's anything we need to do, we'll do it immediately. All right, I got it. You can leave first. The dark rainbow divine dragon waved his claws and closed the door of the demonic palace again. He raised his head and looked forward. There were many blood-red lights surrounding Xian. It seemed that his cultivation had entered the most important juncture. We can't disturb him now, so the 3 of us will go and check the situation. Let's see if this is the intention of the Spirit Clan or the Shin family's girl. Okay. The toad nodded, a little excited. They could make a big fuss. Little White, let's go together. The Crimson Dragon called out. Little White shook its head. Yeah, I'm not going. The Crimson Dragon laughed at the side. Let me tell you, this time we can steal a lot of heavenly treasures and spiritual fruits. Maybe there's even good wine. Yeah, really? Big Bad Dragon, don't lie to me. That's for sure. I swear on my character. The Toad and the Dark God Dragon tricked Whitey into leaving as well. Not only did the 3 of them leave, but they also took the Void Beast skin. They took the Black Earth and left the Sky Demon-covered region. They went to the Spirit Clan. The Spirit Clan. These days, it was incomparably lively. After all, the Saintess of the Spirit Clan was going to get married in 3 months. However, there were also some people who were worried and frowning. It didn't seem to be a good idea. Qiu was a core disciple of Wushuang City. Should we ask Wushuang City's opinion? However, there were also many people who objected. At most, Qiu could just leave Peerless City. There was no need for that. Qiu was only a small core disciple inside. However, if she could marry Lei Zhan, then her status would definitely change. Achieve meteoric success. In the future, she might even become the City Lord's wife. That's right. Furthermore, this time around, the conditions offered by the Thunder God City were truly too generous. We were truly unable to refuse them. Lei Xincheng was really going all out this time. That was to promise the Spirit Clan that 2 people would be allowed to enter the Holy City to cultivate every year. To a clan, this was a huge temptation. One had to know that in the second astral realm, there were countless clans and powers. There were also many clans like the Spirit Clan. Even if they gathered the strength of their entire clan, they might not be able to send a single person into the Holy City. But now, there were 2 spots every year. It was like a pie falling from the sky. The only price to pay was to marry Shun Jingqiu to Lei Zhan. This was a piece of cake for them. Firstly, Shun Jingqiu was not related to them by blood. She was just an outsider who had become a leftover woman. Hence, this deal was too worth it. However, what about Lin Wudi? Don't forget that the Saintess and Lin Wudi had a very good relationship. If Lin Wudi knew about it, what would happen if he came to settle accounts with us? He had killed too many saints. Now, he was almost invincible below the small saint realm. So what? Rumor had it that he was abandoned by the heavens. Heaven and earth did not tolerate him. What future did he have? Furthermore, even if that was not the case, do you think she could continue living? How many holy cities wanted to kill him? How many experts wanted to obtain his fortune? Didn't you see that he did not even dare to show his face now? He was probably hiding somewhere. What hope did such a person have? Let's place our bets on Lei Zhan. More and more voices were heard. It was obvious that they had chosen Lei Zhan and had given up on Lin Xian. Of course, this was only their own decision, because the most important person, Shun Jingqiu, was still in seclusion. Hence, it could be said that she did not know about the marriage at all. Outside the spirit clan that appeared was the Crimson Dragon and the other two. Below should be the spirit clan. The three of them looked down. The toad said, "Haha, I can't wait any longer." Whitey also hugged the treasure bowl and squeaked, "I can feel that there are many heavenly treasures waiting for me." The little guy was also eager to try. The Crimson Dragon said, "Be careful. We will use the Void Beast skin to hide. Otherwise, we will be in danger if we are discovered." The three of them took the black earth, put on the Void Beast skin, and quietly sneaked into the spirit clan. They inquired about the news and found that the majority of the people supported this marriage. Even if a small number of people opposed it, they were suppressed at this moment. They want to find out where the girl from the Shin family was. After searching for a while, they heard her again. These people found that Shun Jingqiu was still in seclusion. What's going on? I am puzzled. The toad was depressed. It originally wanted to see what the legendary girl looked like. The Crimson Dragon said, "It seems that this matter has nothing to do with the Shun family's girl. The other party probably doesn't know. It should be the Spirit Clan's decision." "Humph, the Spirit Clan really wants to die. Do you want to make a move? I will make a scene." The toad wants to make a move. The Crimson Dragon said, "Don't make a move. Let's find out first and steal the heavenly treasures. Leave the matter of making a move to that kid." The three of them laughed and then began to wantonly collect. Whitey was in charge. Whitey was the most sensitive to the heavenly treasures, so it knew where the best things were. The toad was in charge of keeping watch, the Crimson Dragon was in charge of breaking the array, and then they began to collect. Some of the arrays that were difficult to break were directly collected with the treasure bowl. It could be said that they returned with a full load. The black earth almost couldn't hold it anymore. "Let's go." They put on the Void Beast skin and quietly left. Not long after they left, the people of the Spirit Clan screamed. The experts in charge of guarding the treasury fainted in fright. "What's going on? Oh no! Our treasury has been stolen. Damn it! The spiritual herb garden has also been destroyed. My sacred elixir!" These people screamed crazily. The entire Spirit Clan was in chaos. In the end, they found that all the treasures they usually kept had been looted. Damn it! Who is it? Who is it? They actually dared to come and make a move at this time. Moreover, what made them want to vomit blood was that they didn't find a single suspicious person at all. This was really a silent loss. Chapter 4008. Ha 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 ha. Outside, Toad and the other two were laughing crazily. It felt great. This time, they were returning from a fruitful trip. Hurry up and eat. We are going to break through to the minor saint realm. The three of them were devouring crazily. Their bloodline, Fei Fan, needed a huge amount of resources to evolve. "Are we going back?" the toad asked with its legs crossed as it enjoyed the heavenly treasures. "Damn it! Those people from Thunder God City are too arrogant. Why don't we go and have a look?" The three of them changed their direction again and headed towards Thunder God City. They lingered for a long time, but they didn't dare to enter, because Thunder God City was guarded by a Saint King. With their cultivation, they couldn't hide at all. Therefore, they were preparing to take action against some of the forces under Thunder God City. As a saint city, Thunder God City had many planets under its control. Therefore, they looted 3 of the worlds. Once again, they returned from a fruitful trip. Those 3 worlds were in chaos. Some elders of Thunder God City were so angry that they vomited blood. Let's go to the Spirit Clan. It's almost time. Let's go to the Spirit Clan and meet up with that kid. The 3 of them drove the Black Earth and set off again. On the other side, in the demonic palace, Lin Xin's body shone brighter and brighter. Finally, with a boom, his body shone like a golden god of war. He, too, opened his eyes. Great. He had broken through. His physique had broken through again. Although he was only at the mid-5th heavenly layer, his physique had entered the minor saint realm. Those below the minor saint realm couldn't hurt his physique. They couldn't even get past his defense. As for the minor saint realm, Lin Xian could also fight against them with his powerful physique. His strength had undergone an earth-shattering change compared to before. Beside him, the northern demon was also awakened by the vibration. The towering divine tree behind him entered his body and disappeared. He started to fight. The aura on his body became stronger. Furthermore, Lin Xian could sense that the north demon possessed a powerful life aura. He knew that the northern demon also had a powerful bloodline. His defense might not be as good as his divine body, but his physique was much stronger than his life force and survival rate. He was like a cockroach that couldn't be killed. It would be a war of attrition, and many of his opponents would be exhausted to death. Where are Ruzalong and the others? When Lin Xian woke up, he found that the entire hall was much quieter. This shouldn't be the case. Given the personalities of those 3 fellows, they should have been in a mess long ago. Northern Devil was confused as well. He said there was a message for us. They found a jade slip on the ground. Northern Demon took one and checked it. Then, his expression changed. What's wrong? Lin Xian asked. Something big has happened. Hurry and take a look. The northern monster hurriedly handed the jade slip over. Then, he checked the second jade slip. Lin Xian didn't understand what was going on. After receiving it, his face quickly darkened. Damn it, does Lei Jin want to die? The information inside was naturally collected by the witch, which was the information about the marriage alliance. Lin Xian was completely enraged after reading it. The second brother's jade slip was left behind by Ruffian Long and the others. Those 3 had already gone to the spirit race ahead of time. 3 months. It was about time for him to reach his destination. They hurriedly left. The 2 of them left the demonic palace. Northern Devil frowned. They were not just almost there, they were too late. What should they do? It didn't matter. They could use the demonic formation. The demonic clan used to be a sacred city. Although they didn't have a saint king now, they were much stronger than ordinary clans. Therefore, they had a strong foundation. They still had this kind of teleportation formation. It could directly open a spatial door and teleport people over a long distance. Lin Xian was going to use it now. Hearing that Lin Xian was going to leave again, the demonic clan members surrounded him. Patriarch, are you going to leave? Lin Xian said coldly. I've told you not to interfere with my business. Yes, Patriarch, we understand. Patriarch, do you need any help? Lin Xian thought for a moment, then nodded and said, Bring 2 small saints. 2 of them who are stronger can follow us secretly. Without my orders, don't show yourself. We'll prepare now. As they sent people to activate the array formation, they also chose 2 experts from the demonic palace. These 2 were small saints. One was a mid-stage small saint, and the other was a late-stage small saint. It shouldn't be a problem for these 2 to help. Soon, the teleportation was completed. Lin Xian, Northern Devil, and the 2 small saints boarded the formation. They set the location to be near the Spirit Clan. Then, the teleportation formation was activated and they disappeared. The time limit of 3 months was almost up. The Spirit Clan was very lively at this moment. Many clans in the second astral realm had started to prepare for the wedding. After all, Lingzhu was also a big clan. Moreover, the one to marry was a top genius like Lei Jin. Even if they didn't want to make friends with the Spirit Clan, they had to curry favor with the Thunder God City. Moreover, they heard that in addition to the Thunder God City, Myriad Sword Pavilion, Acheron Palace, and other sacred cities would also send people to attend. With so many sacred cities together, It would be a grand occasion. The people of the Spirit Clan were very excited. They had never received so many big clans before. All of this originated from this marriage. Therefore, they had to do it well. From now on, the Spirit Clan could really rise to another level. The Spirit Clan also occupied a world with rich spiritual veins. The Spirit Clan was the clan that was best at finding spiritual veins of heaven and earth. Besides, they could also nourish spiritual veins. Therefore, the place where the Spirit Clan was located was really a sacred place for cultivation. When some of the guests from the starry sky arrived and sensed the aura here, they were all amazed. No wonder the Spirit Clan was so strong. This was the best place for cultivation. Yes, in a few thousand years, they might be able to cultivate a Saint King. It would immediately become a sacred city. Fellow Taoists, you are too courteous. The elders and young geniuses of the Spirit Clan were accompanying these important guests. Among them, Ling Lianhua and the others were also present. They were very excited. Previously, these people were all against Shen Jingqiu. At this moment, they were also excited and gloating over her misfortune. Firstly, the status of the Spirit Clan could rise. Secondly, after Shen Jingqiu got married, she would definitely leave. At that time, no one would stop them. Perhaps she could also become a saintess. Thinking of this, how could Ling Lianhua not be excited? As the time approached, more and more experts from the clans arrived. Those from the other sacred cities had not arrived yet. Everyone guessed that the other sacred cities would only arrive on the same day. The Crimson Dragon, Toad, and the other two had also arrived. They wore the Void Beast skin and wandered around the world. Damn, so many people were attracted here. Damn it, these people are too opportunistic, aren't they? When the time comes, I will let them know what regret is. Little White was a little bored and dozed off. He was only interested in the treasures of heaven and earth. Those from the Starry Sky clans and experts who came were in groups of 3 to 5. They were either exchanging greetings or talking about the recent events. They were talking about the geniuses and heroes of the world. Look, the princess of the New Moon clan is here. She is not as beautiful and talented as Shen Jingqiu. Someone exclaimed. Chapter 4009. A group of people came from the New Moon clan. The one leading them was a beautiful woman. She rode on a crescent moon and descended. Soon, countless people surrounded her. They wanted to please her, but Gao Yu was cold and arrogant. It was this girl. The toad gasped and blinked. The Crimson Dragon also said, "She's here too. She's also here. Her aura has reached the peak of the 5th heavenly layer. She's probably not far from breaking through to the small saint realm." It's amazing that the destined star can shorten the time for these geniuses to break through by so many years. Indeed, under normal circumstances, these people would need hundreds of years or even hundreds of years to break through to the small saint realm. But now, they could break through in a few years or a few months. It's really a great fortune. I wonder if the Crown Prince of the New Moon clan is here. Rumor has it that he's about to break through to the small saint realm. Everyone was discussing. Princess New Moon is still so beautiful. I wonder when I can snatch her away. A few people in the crowd laughed coldly. Everyone felt their scalps go numb. Who is this? How dare they? They saw that these people were wearing black robes and had a strange aura. Are they from the Ghost Netherland? I wonder if the Ghost Netherland's Ghost Girl, by Luo, is here. How can our Ghost Girl be compared to the little princess? She's still far from it. These people from the Ghost Netherland looked extremely cold. There were also some powerful geniuses and even some rising stars, which caused the crowd to exclaim. Oh, looking at this scene, I'm reminded of someone. You're talking about Lin Wudi, right? Yes, in the past, he always appeared in big scenes, and he was always able to do earth-shattering things. But now, no one knows where he is. It's good that he's hiding. If he dares to come out, he'll die immediately. Yes, he's a person abandoned by the heavens. With so many holy cities wanting to kill him, he probably won't dare to come out for the rest of his life. Many people shook their heads and sighed. At this time, a few people laughed coldly. Lin Wudi is nothing. If he dares to come out, he'll be torn to pieces. He'll be a coward for the rest of his life. Hearing this, everyone's scalps went numb. Now, there are people who dare to openly despise Lin Wuti? They all turned their heads. In the next moment, they screamed. The people from the holy city had arrived. Indeed, they saw a few figures walking out. Is the holy city here? Isn't it? These were some ordinary disciples of the holy city. They were the vanguard and had arrived early. The real elders and the top geniuses should arrive in 2 days. The auras of the people who walked over were very powerful. Even the ordinary disciples of the holy city were not people that ordinary geniuses could contend against. After all, to be able to enter the holy city, who didn't have some strength? Some of them were surrounded by lightning, some by the yellow springs, and some even carried a terrifying aura of desolation. These people came from different sacred cities, but they all had one enemy, and that was Lin Xian. At this moment, a genius from Thunder God City sneered. That Lin Wuti better not come out. Otherwise, our chief disciple will slap him to death. Everyone was in an uproar. It seemed like Lei Zhan was really going to rise. However, at this moment, a cold laugh rang out from the void. Lei Zhan? That trash? He has been defeated by Lin Wuti more than once. I think it must be at least 3 times, right? Not only that, he even hid in his shell. Humph. If Lin Wuti dares to come, he can probably slap Lei Zhan to death. Another voice rang out. The surrounding people were stunned. Oh my God, someone dared to tear down the stage of Lei Zhan in Thunder God City? Who is it? They looked around, but they couldn't find the person who spoke. Is there an expert? They exclaimed. The people of Thunder God City sank. Their faces sank. Who is it? Sneakily, you dare to slander our Thunder God City. Come out and accept your death. Trash, you can't even find where we are, and you have the face to be arrogant? Haha, this uncle despises you. Humph, coward, come out. This daddy will slap you to death. Thunder God City roared in anger. This uncle will fulfill your wish. At this moment, 2 figures walked out from the void. It was the toad, the crimson dragon. Whitey was lying on the crimson dragon's head, yawning in boredom. It's you, many people screamed. They knew that there were several powerful beasts beside Lin Xian, but they didn't expect these 2 guys to come. Humph, you are here. Where is Lin Wuti? Tell him to come out. There is no need for that kid to make a move. This uncle can beat you down. The toad jumped out. Come, come, this uncle will teach you how to be a man. The toad's image is not good. Think about it. Can a toad be liked by people? Moreover, the toad's body was much larger than an ordinary toad. In addition, his contemptuous eyes and disdainful expression. Suddenly, the corners of the people's mouths twitched. The people of Thunder God City felt their scalps go numb. Just 2 beasts, how dare they be arrogant in front of me? The people of Thunder God City sneered. What did you say? The Crimson Dragon was angry and directly slapped out. Slap. This uncle will teach you how to be a man. The toad even attacked. An earth-shattering sound rang out, and 3 disciples of Thunder God City flew out. Their faces were smashed, and there were all kinds of cracks on their bodies. Blood flowed out. The 3 of them fell to the ground and kept twitching. What did you say we are? Say it again. The toad jumped up and stepped on the 3 of their faces. The 3 of them were in so much pain that they wanted to die. Ah, damn it. I will fight it out with you. The toad's foot pierced through the heads of the 3, and their bodies were torn into pieces. How dare you provoke this uncle? Seems like you are courting death. When the disciples of Great Desolate Mansion saw this, they wanted to retreat. The Crimson Dragon slapped the other party and sent him flying. It was unknown whether the other party was dead or alive. The surrounding people were stunned. Aren't these 2 beasts too ferocious? It's simply torture. Are all the beasts around Lin Xian so powerful? The crowd was in an uproar. The scene here naturally alarmed the people of Spirit Race. After all, these were the disciples of Thunder God City. They could not afford to be injured here. Soon, the experts of Spirit Race rushed over. Who dares to cause trouble here? Are you tired of living? How dare you interfere with this uncle? The toad snorted. When the people of Spirit Race saw this, their eyelids twitched. 2 beasts, who are you? You are not worthy to talk to Ben Huang. The dark red dragon had an arrogant expression on its face. The toad also sneered. Let your master come. You bunch of lackeys aren't enough to deal with him. The people of Spirit Race were so angry that they vomited blood. Ling Lian frowned. What was going on? She asked the people beside her, and soon they got the news. These two beasts were the beasts around Lin Wudi. The people of the Spirit Race all frowned. Lin Wudi was here? The silhouette of the tree was the name of Lin Wudi. Before he came, they were disdainful. But when they heard these three words, they were so scared that they trembled. Chapter 40:10. However, after waiting for a long time, they realized that Lin Wudi did not come. So that kid did not dare to come out. So what if he slapped two beasts? Hurry up and leave. Otherwise, don't blame us for being impolite. Those from the Spirit Race sneered. Take him down. Let that Lin Wudi know that our Spirit Race is not so easy to provoke. Ling Lian Hua laughed sinisterly. Little girl, you dare to catch me? I will spit on you to death. The toad opened its mouth and spat out its saliva. This was not an ordinary saliva. It was highly toxic. Even a sage would be poisoned and injured if he touched it. Sure enough, many people from the Spirit Race had their bodies rotting. Ling Lian Hua screamed in fright. Fortunately, she had a defensive treasure to block it. Otherwise, she would probably be disfigured. You. Ling Lian Hua was trembling in anger. The surrounding people exclaimed. They were also able to tell that these two monstrous beasts were extraordinarily powerful. Ordinary sages were no match for them. Who dares to hurt my Thunder God city? At this moment, a roar came. Then, a figure bathed in lightning rushed over. Heavens! It was a core disciple of Thunder God city. Everyone screamed. Were the people from the sacred city here? They did not know that a part of the sacred city had indeed come. Their purpose was to catch Lin Xian. At this moment, they did not see Lin Xian. In the end, they saw two beasts. Heavenly Thunder God Fist. This man had reached the 5th heavenly layer. His strength was very powerful. The moment he attacked, countless people were terrified. They retreated frantically. Ling Lian Hua and the rest smiled sinisterly. For a 5th heavenly layer to deal with two beasts, wouldn't that be easy? The toad sneered. You dare to fight with me? He slapped out two claws and slapped the other party's fist. With a boom, the other party's fist exploded. The other party's body was also torn apart. This genius came quickly and left quickly. Soon, he fell to the ground and screamed crazily. Too weak, too trashy. The surrounding people were all stunned. Was this really a toad? Why did it feel like a divine beast? Ling Lian Hua and the rest were also stunned. They were about to cry. These two beasts were already so powerful? Audacious. Who was causing trouble here? A few old men had come from the Spirit Race. Elder, Ling Lian Hua and the others were excited. When the old man saw this scene, his face darkened. You two demonic beasts dare to behave so atrociously in our territory? As soon as he finished speaking, the toad slapped him. The old man jumped in fright and quickly retreated. Impudent. Men, do it. Since you dare to attack us, I'll play with you. The toad wanted to attack with all its might. At this moment, Whitey's figure flashed and appeared in front of Lousy, slapping the old man unconscious. The Crimson Dragon attacked, forming a huge mountain that pressed the old man to the ground. Tianya, has Elder been subdued? The people of the Spirit Race had wanted to make a move, but when they saw this scene, they were all scared stiff. The old man came back to his senses and screamed crazily. Damn it! How dare you sneak attack me? As soon as he finished speaking, he screamed like a pig being slaughtered. The Crimson Dragon exerted force with its claws, and the old man's body was torn apart. Old man, for the sake of the Shin family's girl, I didn't kill you immediately. However, if you don't know what's good for you, Ben Huang has 1,000 ways to make you wish you were dead. Now, I'll wake you up and let you know which side you should stand on. Boom. The people of the Spirit Race were so shocked that they couldn't speak. This scene attracted many experts. In the end, a small saint appeared. A terrifying aura rushed over. In addition, the people of Thunder God City, Myriad Demon City, Myriad Sword Pavilion, and Great Desolate Mansion had also surrounded them. A terrifying aura filled the sky. The people of the sacred city had arrived. This time, the real elders and sky prides had come. It's best that you don't get married. Otherwise, you will die miserably. The dark divine dragon slapped the elder of the spirit race away and said, "Wind is tight. Retreat." The three of them jumped into the void and disappeared. The people of the spirit race roared crazily. The cultivators of the other sacred city also took action. After searching around, they found that the other party had mysteriously disappeared. Damn it! The people of the spirit race gritted their teeth. A few small saints said, "Don't bother about this matter. The two demonic beasts are nothing to be afraid of. Hurry up and welcome them." As they spoke, they got into a big formation to welcome them. In the end, the old ancestor of the spirit race also came out. The elders of the spirit race all came out to welcome him. "Fellow Taoists, thank you for coming to the spirit race." The old lady of the spirit race was full of smiles. Previously, she was also unwilling to accept this, but what else could she say now? The result was set. She could only hope that Xiao could understand their painstaking efforts. The sky prides of Myriad Sword Pavilion, Great Desolate Mansion, Myriad Demon City arrived one after another and were respectfully invited in. In the end, a lightning dragon bared its fangs and brandished its claws, filling the void. Everyone looked up at the sky. The people of Thunder God City had arrived. The lightning dragon was formed by a peerless great ability. There were many people on it. One of them was a man with horns on his head. Lightning surged on his body, making him look like a peerless thunder god. He was Lei Jun. At this moment, he was no longer frightened and fearful like before. Instead, he was high-spirited and had regained his unruly nature, because he had finally reached the realm of minor saint. He had regained his confidence that he could sweep through everything. So what if he met Lin Xian again? He could easily kill him. Lei Jun's arrival had shocked everyone. The atmosphere of the spirit race had reached its peak. After the few elders of Thunder God City were invited in, they sat in the main hall. The first thing they asked was whether the saintess of the spirit race had come out from her seclusion. The elders of the spirit race hesitated. The faces of the people of Thunder God City sank. Why hasn't she come out from her seclusion? Humph, the wedding is in 3 days. Isn't the spirit race a little too arrogant? In their opinion. So what if Shen Jingqiu was talented? They were the sacred city. How dare she disrespect them? Fellow Taoist, please calm down. 3 days later, we guarantee that the wedding will be completed. There won't be any delay. The elders of the spirit race wiped off their cold sweat and retreated. Elder, we're not here to be Lin Wudi. Why are you so serious? A genius at the side laughed. One had to put on a good show. Otherwise, how could they lure the other party out? The elders snorted. Lei Jun's eyes flashed with a cold light. He said, "Moreover, this Shen Jingqiu is not bad. She can be my concubine." Just like that, another 2 days passed. There was only 1 day left. The residence was packed with people, and people were congratulating him everywhere. The Crimson Dragon. The three of them couldn't stand it anymore and jumped out. "Where's Lei Jun? Get out here. I'll slap you to death." They were too anxious because there was only 1 day left. Lin Xian had not arrived yet, so they had to take action first to buy some time. It would be easier when that kid came. Chapter 40:11. Acting recklessly, Lei Jun rushed out with his men. "A toad and a snake dared to clamor in front of me? Where's Lin Wudi? Is he a coward who doesn't dare to come out? You don't have the qualifications to be arrogant in front of us. Can you beat that kid? You've been defeated by him several times." The toad and the others provoked. Lei Jun was furious. This was the shame of his life. He didn't allow others to mention it again. "Previously, I was careless. Now that my strength has increased greatly, he is not my opponent at all. Men, take them down for me. I want to pull out their tendons and skin them, and hang their bodies on the city wall. I want to let Lin Wudi see the consequences of going against me." Lei Jun revealed a ferocious expression. On the side of Thunder God City, 8 people walked out. A great battle broke out. However, what was shocking was that the toad and the other 2 were very strong. The 8 experts of Thunder God City couldn't beat them at all. Hee hee, your Thunder God City only has this little strength? How shameful. This little strength is just scratching an itch for me. It's not enough. The Crimson Holy Dragon and the Toad continued to clamor. Legion roared and attacked again. This time, another 8 people rushed up. Even the people of Great Desolate Mansion and Acheron Palace sneered. We will also play with you. This is Brother Lay's big day. No one is allowed to disturb. The other holy cities took action one after another, surrounding Rousalong and the Toad. The situation was critical to the extreme for a moment. Buzz. The Crimson Holy Dragon spat out some arrays, blocking the attack. They could still contend? This scene stunned everyone else. These 3 beasts were really too strong. The other holy cities' faces were gloomy, feeling that they had lost face. Finally, an elder of Thunder God City couldn't help it. A big hand stretched out. This was a small saint. At this moment, the power was really terrifying to the extreme. The array formed by the Crimson Dragon was instantly shattered. Not good. The Crimson Dragon and the Toad's faces changed drastically. Damn it, shameless. They actually sent a small saint. Go to hell. There is no need to talk about morality with ants like you. Many people exclaimed. Some people closed their eyes. It seemed that these 2 demonic beasts were dead for sure. Boom. Between the heaven and earth, a red leaf flew down and pierced through the gigantic palm. The Thunder God City Elder who attacked let out a miserable shriek as he held his arm and retreated. When he saw the red leaf, his pupils shrank. Fu Hongye. He screamed in terror. The others were also in an uproar. Was Fu Hongye here? In the distance, the spirit boat flew over and 5 figures alighted. The leader was Fu Hongye, and the 4 second-generation disciples followed behind her. After Fu Hongye arrived, she said coldly, "If you want to fight, I'll accompany you." At this point, another red leaf appeared in his hand. It exuded a peerless killing intent. The body of the Thunder God City's elder trembled as a trace of fear appeared in his eyes. The others didn't even dare to breathe loudly. Fu Hongye, don't go overboard. Today is a joyous day for our Thunder God City. Do you want to cause havoc everywhere? That's right. You're strong alone. We're not your match if we fight you alone. But what if they attack together? Those from the Great Desolation Mansion and the Yellow Springs Palace also walked out. Their eyes flickered with cold light. You guys are no match for me. Facing so many little saints, Fu Hongye stood with a disdainful expression. This scene infuriated the Holy City elders so much that they almost vomited blood. How arrogant. Why did it feel like she was even more arrogant than Lin Wudi? You're talking about a joyous day? Fu Hongye's face darkened. I heard that someone wants to marry my junior sister from Wushuang City. Have you asked for Wushuang City's opinion? He snorted coldly, and the whole world trembled violently. The people of the Spirit Clan were so scared that their scalps went numb. The others also exclaimed in surprise. A good show was coming. The Spirit Clan didn't even discuss it with Wushuang City. I knew it. Otherwise, how could they marry Legion? Exclamations sounded one after another. The people of Thunder God City snorted coldly. This is a matter between Thunder Saint City and the Spirit Clan. What does it have to do with Wushuang City? Fu Hongye ignored them and asked with a frown, "Where are the people of the Spirit Clan? Ask the Patriarch of the Spirit Clan to come and see me." Yes, the Spirit Clan is too despicable. We've investigated. Shen Jingqiu is still in seclusion and doesn't know about this at all. The Crimson Dragon and the Toad also walked up and said with gritted teeth. Fu Hongye glanced at the 2 and nodded slightly. Ya, Little White also jumped onto Fu Hongye's shoulder and blinked its big eyes. It gestured angrily. Fu Hongye smiled. Little guy, don't worry. I will help junior brother vent his anger. Not long after, the elders of the Spirit Clan walked out trembling. Greetings, young Master Fu. Although Fu Hongye was much younger than them, this was a world where strength was respected, so they had to treat him respectfully. You're the patriarch of the Spirit Clan? Fu Hongye stared at the white-haired old woman. It was the old woman. Well, let me ask you. Your Spirit Clan secretly married Thunder God City. Have you asked Wushuang City? Are you looking down on our peerless city? Are you looking down on us? Fu Hongye's voice was unusually cold. The people of the Spirit Clan broke out in cold sweat. Many elders looked at Thunder God City with pleading eyes. The clan chief was also frowning. About this, I think we still have the qualifications to arrange the Saintus of the Spirit Clan. That's right. Fu Hongye, don't go too far. Is your holy city trying to bully others? We won't ignore it. Thunder God City sneered. The people of the other holy cities all revealed sinister smiles. With these people supporting them, the people of the Spirit Clan straightened their backs. Yes, young Master Fu, this is our family matter. I hope you don't interfere. If you're here to attend the wedding, then we'll invite you in. If not, I hope you don't cause trouble on our wedding day. Humph. Fu Hongye's face sank, and he snorted. Behind him, a second-generation disciple attacked. Slap. Slap. With 2 slaps, the elders of the Spirit Clan who spoke before were all sent flying. Their faces were smashed. They fell to the ground and screamed. One of them said coldly, "Our senior brother Fu is the chief disciple of the second generation. Who do you think you are? How dare you speak like this?" The others sucked in a breath of cold air. Weren't these second-generation disciples too strong? It seemed that Fu Hongye had brought the elites of the elites this time. Damn it, you've gone too far. The people of the Spirit Clan trembled with anger. Fu Hongye said coldly, "We've never thought of bullying others. However, the holy city has the status of a holy city. Today, I'm not here to represent myself, but Wushuang City. So, provoking me is the same as provoking Wushuang City. Wushuang City's reputation will not be tarnished. Whoever dares to be impudent will be killed without mercy." The people of the Spirit Clan did not dare to speak. The patriarch of the Spirit Clan, the old woman, said, "Everyone, please come in. Let us explain this matter properly. We won't drink the tea. We're here to clarify one thing. Is this marriage alliance the spirit race's idea or junior sisterships?" Chapter 40:12. Let her come out and we'll ask. If it's junior sister's opinion, we won't stop her. However, if you make your own arrangements behind junior sister's back, then don't blame Wushuang City. The leader of the Spirit Clan hesitated. The others were also terrified. The people of Thunder God City roared. "Fu Hongye, you're too arrogant. Do you really think we don't exist?" "That's right. So what if Shinjingqiu is from Wushuang City? You have to listen to your elders, right?" The people of Myriad Swords Pavilion and Great Desolate Mansion also came out. This time, they had set up this trap in order to lure Lin Xian out. If Fu Hongye ruined it, then their previous arrangements would all be useless. "What? Do you really want to fight? My father will play with you." An extremely terrifying law appeared on Fu Hongye's body. The Crimson Dragon and the Toad were also ready to fight. The people of the other holy cities took out their sacred weapons. Each of them was filled with murderous intent. The surrounding people frantically retreated. Was a war about to break out? The people of the Spirit Clan were about to collapse. This was a joyous day. Was the Spirit Clan going to be bathed in blood? "Senior brother, why do you have to deal with this group of trash? Let me do it." At this critical moment, a laughter was heard. It was Lin Wudi's voice. Countless people looked up at the sky. "He's here." The people of the holy cities were also overjoyed. They looked into the distance. In the distance, a flying sword was flying over quickly. There were 2 figures standing on it. One of them was Lin Xian. The 2 of them were very fast. In the blink of an eye, they arrived at the mansion below. "Kid, you're finally here." The Crimson Dragon and the Toad were relieved. Whitey also jumped onto Lin Xian's shoulder and babbled. Lin Xian rubbed Whitey and nodded. Then, he looked at Fu Hongye. "Senior brothers, you've worked hard. Junior brother, you're here." Fu Hongye also revealed a smile. "Kid, you're finally here. I thought you were going to be a coward for the rest of your life." The people of Thunder God City sneered. The eyes of the people from the other holy cities also lit up. "Great, this scourge can finally be eliminated today." Pong. Lin Xian took a step forward and attacked. With a slap, he sent the sage who had spoken flying. The man's head was slapped into his stomach. It was a very miserable sight. Today, I'll beat you into a coward. How dare you? Thunder God City roared. The little saint made his move. Lin Xian's speed was extremely fast. He turned into a bolt of lightning and attacked madly. Soon, the young geniuses of the Thunder Saint City all screamed. They were beaten miserably. Impudent. The elders roared crazily. Brat, you've gone too far. Lin Xian withdrew his hand and sneered. I'll bully you guys today. What? Are you going to bite me? The people of the spirit race were so angry that they couldn't speak. They really couldn't do anything to the other party. Lin Xian snorted and looked around. Soon, she looked at the people from Thunder Saint City. You guys were very arrogant before. With a wave of his hand, he directly enveloped a few geniuses of the holy cities. Damn it, how dare you? Those people fought back crazily. However, their divine abilities and laws couldn't shake the golden palm at all. In the blink of an eye, Lin Xian caught them and brought them over. He waved his left hand. He slapped these people's faces. Soon, these people's faces became swollen like pig heads. The surrounding people were shocked. These people were also fifth heaven geniuses, but they couldn't fight back in the hands of Lin Xian. After smashing these people's faces, Lin Xian stepped on them and sealed them. Then, he attacked again. The 10,000 Swords Pavilion was very arrogant. He dragged over a few genius disciples of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion and also beat them into pig heads and suppressed them again. Next, these geniuses of the Demon City, Great Desolate Mansion, and Acheron Palace were all beaten up by Lin Xian. The elders of the holy cities roared crazily. It happened so fast that they couldn't react at all. When they reacted, Lin Xian had already succeeded. Damn kid, how dare you commit murder in front of us? Kneel down and accept your death. Today, no one can save you. How dare you touch my junior brother? Fu Hongye walked out, exuding a powerful aura. The second-generation disciple beside him also exuded the same aura. Lin Xian was facing so many little saints, but he was still not afraid. He looked at Lei Zhan and said coldly, I heard that you have broken through and become a little saint. Now you dare to challenge me, right? Kid, I will pay you back 100 times. No, 10,000 times for the pain you made me suffer before. Lei Zhan walked out with a strong sense of self-confidence. He didn't just dare to challenge Lin Xian. He was going to kill Lin Xian with his own hands today, to relieve the hatred in his heart. Okay, I will fulfill your wish today. Let's have a life-and-death battle. Lin Xian's voice rang out. A life-and-death battle? Lin Wuti wants to have a life-and-death battle with Lei Zhan? The surrounding experts were in an uproar. Lei Zhan was already a little saint, but Lin Wuti was still a mid-fifth heavenly layer saint. The gap between the two was too big. Yes, even if Lin Wuti could fight across realms, the realm of Little Saint wasn't that easy to cross. This time, Lin Wuti was too arrogant. This guy was still as arrogant as before. But this time, he was going to lose. The people of Thunder God City laughed after hearing this. It seemed like this kid had been hiding for a long time and didn't know about the changes in the outside world. Lei Zhan sneered. You want to have a life-and-death battle with me? Come on, kid. Let's see who's stronger and who's weaker. I won't bully you. I'll let you have 3 moves. Lei Zhan was very generous. It seemed like he was very confident about this battle. In fact, not only Lei Zhan thought so, but almost everyone thought so. It was impossible for anyone below the Little Saint realm to challenge a Little Saint. Even Lin Wuti couldn't do it. In Wushuang City, several second-generation disciples frowned and wanted to say something, but Fu Hongye stopped them. He said, Junior brother Lin is much more powerful than we thought. Since he dared to make a move, he must have a trump card. Let's just watch quietly. Several second-generation disciples didn't believe it, but since Fu Hongye said so, they didn't make a move. To be honest, they were very curious about this legendary junior brother Lin. What kind of magic did he have? Can this kid do it? The toad also underestimated him. The Crimson Dragon's eyes flickered. Seems like this kid should have broken through. Let's just watch a good show. Can the two of you go up to the 9th heaven to fight? The people of Spirit Race felt bitter. If these two people fought here, everything would be broken. They couldn't stop them at all. Come on, Lin Xian directly soared into the sky. Since you want to die so badly, I'll fulfill your wish. Behind Lei Jun, the thunder wings flapped and turned into a stream of light. Both of them went up to the ninth heaven. Chapter 40:13. Let's go and take a look. The other saints and powerhouses soared into the sky one after another. How could they miss such a spiritual battle? Fu Hongye and the others, as well as the three toads and the people from the holy city, all soared into the sky. At this moment, countless gazes gathered in the sky. Kid, come on. I'll let you have 3 moves. Then, I'll kill you in 1 move. Lei Jun was extremely excited now. He could finally take revenge with his own hands. The people from the other holy city also sneered. After today, Lin Wudi would definitely die, and they could have a good night's sleep. Let me have 3 moves? You're really magnanimous. Since that's the case, then I won't be polite. Buzz. Lin Xian's eyes flashed with a cold light. He stomped his foot and tore the void. His speed was extremely fast. In an instant, he arrived in front of Lei Jun. The golden palm slapped out. It slapped towards the opponent's face. What a fast speed! Many people exclaimed, and Lei Xian's pupils shrank. How was this speed possible? Did people below the minor saint have such speed? He couldn't believe it. His body dodged subconsciously. He said he would let the opponent have 3 moves. However, he was still careless. With a slap, the palm hit his face, causing Lei Jun's body to flip 36 times in the air. His face was swollen, and his teeth fell out. Blood flew out from the corner of his mouth. The surrounding people who were watching the battle looked as if they had seen a ghost. How many situations? They were all stunned. To be honest, in their opinion, within 3 moves, Lin Wudi couldn't even touch a corner of Lei Jun. After 3 moves, Lei Jun could kill Lin Wudi with 1 slash. But now, Lin Wudi actually sent Lei Jun flying with 1 slap. Don't hit people in the face. This Lei Jun was really miserable. After being stunned for a moment, countless screams rang out. The people of Thunder God City went crazy. Careless. It must be Lei Jun who was careless and underestimated the enemy. Wushuang City, several second-generation disciples were also stunned. Fu Hongye, however, raised the corner of her mouth into a smile. It seemed that junior brother Lin didn't let them down. This kid seemed to have a breakthrough. The Crimson Dragon and the others were also very excited. How was this possible? Lei Jun was also stunned. To be honest, he couldn't believe what was happening in front of him. Lin Xian laughed. Why? Does your face hurt? Initially, I thought that your strength would have undergone a tremendous change after you broke through to the minor saint realm. You disappoint me. You're still trash, unable to withstand a single blow. Damn it. Lei Jun was so angry that his whole body trembled. You're courting death. Terrifying lightning surged out of his body. Lin Xian laughed. Oh, didn't you say you were going to let me have 3 moves? This was only the first move. There were still 2 more moves. You can't help but want to make a move? The corners of the surrounding people's mouths twitched. This Lei Jun was too arrogant previously. Now, it seemed like he was slapping his face. Brat, I didn't expect your strength to increase. I was too careless before. Furthermore, you've completely angered me, so I've canceled the benefits of the 3 moves. Now, I will make you wish you were dead. He could not help but want to attack immediately. He would definitely torture the other party to death. Boom. The law of thunder erupted, and the 9 heavens were completely engulfed by lightning. Retreat quickly. The surrounding onlookers frantically retreated. They even formed countless formations to defend themselves. Only Lin Xian and Lei Jun were left in front of them. Go to hell. Lei Jun let out a furious roar as the sky filled with thunderbolts surged forward. In an instant, Lin Xian was engulfed by the lightning. Not enough. Too weak. Lin Xian rushed out from the lightning in an instant. He waved his hands, tearing apart the lightning clouds in the sky. He turned into a stream of light and rushed out. 9 Suns' divine fist. The terrifying fist was waved, exuding a vigorous aura. It was as if countless suns were trembling between heaven and earth. Impossible. How can you fight against me? Could it be that you've also broken through to the minor saint realm? Lei Jun was stunned. The others were also stunned. This was really out of their expectations. They did not even know what was going on. This was too illogical. How did Lin Wudi do it? Has he become so heaven-defying? In Wushuang City, the second-generation disciples were also stunned. Senior brother Fu, what kind of trump card does this junior brother Lin have? The corner of Fu Hongye's mouth raised into a smile. Didn't you guys notice that although junior brother Lin's cultivation base is at the mid-stage of the 5th layer, but you guys can feel his physique? That's the physique of a minor saint. His physique has reached the saint realm? His physique has reached the minor saint realm in advance. They sucked in a cold breath. What kind of physique is this? Lei Jun, his physique has reached the minor saint realm. Be careful not to fight him in close combat. The Elder of Thunder God also noticed this and reminded loudly. Lei Jun's body trembled when he heard this. Then he snorted coldly. So your physique has reached the minor saint realm. No wonder you can block my attack. I admit that your physique is very strong. It shocked me, but that's it. Because regardless of my physique or cultivation base, I have reached the minor saint realm in all aspects. What do you have to fight me? Heavenly thunder roar. Having said that, Lei Jun formed a seal with his palms. Countless lightning laws appeared in his palms. He let out a roar, and a terrifying thunderbolt exploded with a loud bang. This was a great ability. Together with the power of the heavenly thunder, it swept across all directions. The whole world collapsed, and ghosts wailed and wolves howled. Endless waves of lightning swept across the 9 heavens. Not good, quickly seal your hearing. Countless saints screamed and sealed their hearing. Some of them were late and fell from the sky. Blood flowed out of their 7 orifices, and their bodies cracked. The rest of the people sucked in a cold breath. This Lei Jun was too terrifying. With a roar, he could injure so many saints. He was indeed a top genius. Kill, Lin Xian roared. Facing the sky full of lightning sacred waves, he killed his way out. With this powerful divine physique, he swept across all directions. The sound waves hit his body, making earth-shattering sounds. His body was rolling, and his blood was boiling. However, with a roar, he suppressed all of it. Lin Xian was like a golden god of war. He opened and closed his hands, and all the sound waves were completely destroyed. Black holes filled the world, and cracks were everywhere. Lin Xian was floating. Just sound waves can't do anything to me. What other means do you have? Show me. Humph, don't be arrogant. This is just one of my divine abilities. The corners of Lei Jun's mouth curled up into a sneer. Although he was defeated at this moment, he didn't care. His opponent's body was only at the sage realm. His opponent's soul and cultivation were inferior to his. He could slowly play with his opponent. You underestimate my divine physique. Today, I'll let you see the power of my divine physique. Lin Xian's eyes burst out with a terrifying light. He tore open the void again, rushed over, and arrived in front of his opponent. Lei Jun snorted coldly. Lightning God's net. He waved his hand, and endless lightning formed a large lightning net, enveloping the front. His opponent was walking into the net. However, Lin Xian kicked out. His right leg seemed to have turned into a peerless divine sword. It easily broke through the lightning net and charged toward Lei Jun. Lei Jun raised his hand to block. With a clang, he was forced back. His palm was cracked, and blood dripped from it. Chapter 40:14. How could this be? His strength had become even stronger. Lei Jun couldn't believe it. Lin Xian harumphed coldly. Every move of mine contains the power of my divine body. Moreover, any part of my divine body can be turned into a sharp blade. How can you compete with me? Indeed, both of Lin Xian's hands and legs could be turned into sharp swords. Using his hands to wield the sword was equally powerful. Boom, 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 boom. Lei Jun's previous madness was replaced by disdain. Gradually, he became frightened. The surrounding people were also stunned. They found that Lin Xian was simply a god of battle. He was on par with Lei Jun. Boom, boom, boom. Kid, You've completely angered me. Go to hell. Lei Zhan's hair was disheveled as if he had gone mad. He stretched out his palm. In the middle of his palm, there was a lightning talisman that was flickering. It was a black aura that carried an extremely terrifying light. It was a peerless divine ability that he had obtained from the heavenly fate star. Lightning Destruction Divine Palm. As soon as the black lightning appeared, many people trembled and couldn't help but want to kneel down. Even some of the elders had grave expressions on their faces. This Lei Zhan was really something. He had just become a small saint, but he had already displayed such strength. The experts of the other saint cities frowned. The second-generation disciples of Wushuang City also had a drastic change in expression. Even the Crimson Dragon Toad also frowned. They were a little worried now. Could Lin Xian withstand it? Facing such a terrifying lightning destruction divine palm, Lin Xian stood there and activated his divine body to the extreme. At the same time, the Law of Sword rushed out. He raised his right hand. The golden light on it was monstrous, as if it had turned into a golden divine sword. I have a sword that can break all techniques. Buzz. His right arm bloomed with an incomparable sword light that connected the heavens and the earth. This scene was really too terrifying. Even the elders of Thunder Saint City had a drastic change in expression. Lei Zhan was shocked. He activated the Black Lightning Talisman with all his strength. He slammed it forward fiercely. It carried a destructive aura. It was really terrifying. Lin Xian also waved his arm and slashed down with his sword. Boom, boom. It was an apocalyptic collision, and the entire spirit realm was torn to pieces. There were huge cracks everywhere between heaven and earth. The living beings of the spirit race world prostrated themselves on the ground and kowtowed. They thought that the heavenly gods were going to destroy the world. As for the spectators, each and every one of them looked as if they were facing a great enemy. Fortunately, this was above the 9 heavens, and the violent energy could surge into the starry sky. Otherwise, if they were to fight on the ground, there would be no astrals left. Even so, they were still retreating frantically. After waiting for a long time, the terrifying nomological laws in front of him gradually disappeared. Lin Xian retracted his hand, and the divine flame on it danced. His expression was solemn. As for Lei Zhan, he was holding onto his arm. His palm had been slapped away. Not only that, but there was also a crack on his body that almost split him in half. Lei Zhan was injured. Lei Zhan's ultimate divine ability had been broken. It was too unbelievable. Is Lei Zhan all right? Those elders of Thunder God City screamed crazily. The experts from the other holy cities also felt their eyelids twitch. Lin Wudi was too strong. They had to leave as soon as possible. They had even begun to mobilize their forces secretly. No matter what the result of this battle was, they would not allow the other party to live. You can't even withstand a single blow. As I said, you are not my opponent at all. Even if you break through to the small saint realm, you are still not my opponent. Lin Xian's cold voice rang out. Lei Zhan, who was on the opposite side, spat out 3 mouthfuls of blood. He became ferocious. I refuse to accept this. 9 Revolution Divine Thunder. Open for me. Endless lightning surrounded his body. Those thunderbolts kept spinning, disturbing the 6 Revolution Divine Thunder. Lei Zhan's strength also kept increasing. The secret technique of the Thunder God was displayed with all his strength. He wanted to end the battle with one blow. He turned into a phantom of the Thunder God and swooped down. Die. The great thunder heavenly blade appeared in his hand, and the annihilation divine thunder appeared in his left hand. The 2 ultimate skills were unleashed at the same time. Lin Xian roared, "You want to end the battle? I will fulfill your wish." So what if the opponent had the 6 Revolution Divine Thunder? So what if the opponent had used all his divine skills? Didn't he? The unparalleled secret technique was activated continuously, and the power was 5 times stronger by him. At the same time, the Law of Great Sun appeared in his left hand, and the Law of Death appeared in his right hand. The Law of Sword circled above both of his hands. Kill. With a roar, both of his arms seemed to have turned into a pair of yin and yang swords. Another earth-shattering collision occurred. Endless law surged. At this moment, the shattering of heaven and earth became even more severe, as if the whole world was about to be destroyed. In the shocked eyes of the crowd, a figure flew out. Lei Zhen's arms were directly cut off, and blood gushed out. Thousands of sword wounds appeared on his body, revealing his bones and internal organs. The crowd screamed. Lei Zhen was defeated, and he lost so miserably. He was a top genius, a small saint. How powerful was his strength? Some of the elders of the older generation did not have the confidence to win against him. But now, Lin Wuti, with his fifth-layer cultivation base, actually injured him. How could this be? Lei Zhen shook his head frantically. The sharp pain in his body almost made him faint. His heart was bleeding. He tried his best to catch up and was finally the second to break through to the small saint realm. Especially this time, he had full confidence that he could kill Lin Xian. However, the reality was like a basin of cold water, making his whole body cold. The strength and talent that he was proud of were so weak in front of the opponent. It was a huge mockery. He was so arrogant before, but now he was stained with blood. Was the opponent really a person abandoned by the heavens? He was doubtful now. At the next moment, his pupil shrank because he found that Lin Xian had made his move again. After Lin Xian succeeded, he did not stop at all, but continued to attack. How could he hold back when they had agreed to a life-and-death battle? Moreover, Lei Zhen's action had undoubtedly angered him. The opponent dared to have ideas about his woman, which was unforgivable. His arms turned into a pair of yin and yang swords, and a layer of Tai Chi diagram appeared on his body. Coupled with the strength of his divine body, it was really not weaker than any saint weapon. At this moment, Lin Xian turned into a peerless sword god. His power frightened the people of the myriad sword pavilion. Damn it! The elders of Thunder God City screamed crazily. What was the opponent trying to do? Was he trying to kill them all? Attack. A small saint finally couldn't help but attack. Humph! Fu Hongya waved her hand, and the red leaves in the sky turned into a torrent, cutting off their path. Who allowed you to interfere in the life-and-death battle? Damn it! Get lost. The experts of Thunder Saint City roared. They attacked crazily, but the red leaves in the sky were too terrifying. For a moment, they couldn't break through at all. The elders of Thunder God City screamed. Why aren't you attacking? Have you forgotten the purpose of coming here this time? This was to remind the other saint cities. The elders of the saint cities looked at each other. Let's do it. This was an excellent opportunity. They couldn't let the opponent live like this. Chapter 40:15. The elders of the sacred city soared into the sky. Some of them went to besiege Fu Hongya, preventing him from attacking. Some of them went to kill Lin Xian. Not good. Countless people screamed. Those who attacked were all minor saints. Their strength was unparalleled. At this moment, they wanted to join forces to kill Lin Xian? F***CK. You guys are too shameless. The toad jumped up. The crimson dragon also roared. If you have the ability, attack Ben Huang. Both of them attacked with their divine abilities, but it was useless. Fu Hongya also roared. Do you guys want to become enemies with my Wushuang city? The power and law in his body surged out and blasted away 3 minor saints. However, another 5 little saints had arrived. Your Wushuang city won't go to war for a dead person. Besides, with so many sacred cities joining forces, won't Wushuang city bow down? The myriad sword pavilion, great desolate mansion, and the other sacred cities joined forces to stop Fu Hongya and the second-generation disciples. On Lin Xian's side, he was also in great danger. Die, minor saints. A killing sword emerged, shining with a terrifying blood-red light. It was the people of the myriad sword pavilion. Many people screamed. On the other side, a yellow spring diagram tilted down. The yellow spring turned into 2 gloomy palms, grabbing at Lin Xian. It was the minor saint of the Yellow Spring Palace. On the other side, the minor saint of the Thunder God City also attacked. He struck out with his thunder hammer, breaking the heaven and earth. 3 minor saints besieged Lin Xian. This was a situation where he would definitely die. It's over. Lin Wuti will definitely die. This was what everyone thought. Die. Lei Jin hid in the distance, revealing a hideous smile. This nightmare could finally end. Lin Xian felt a fatal crisis. He whispered, Devil Saint, you can attack now. As soon as the words were spoken, a giant pitch-black hand slapped down from the sky. It directly enveloped Lin Xian. At the same time, the energy rushed towards the three minor saints who attacked. Asterisk boom. Asteriska. Miserable cries rang out. The three minor saints were directly blasted to pieces. What's going on? The experts from the other holy cities were all stunned. Lin Wudi could fight three people at once? So powerful. No, look at that pitch-black palm. Damn it, there was a master behind Lin Wudi. Quickly attack with all your might, otherwise, all our efforts will be in vain. Those people were screaming crazily. In an instant, those elders all rose into the air. Go to hell. All kinds of sacred weapons came down, and there was even a terrifying killing matrix that shrouded Lin Xian. Humph! An icy voice echoed between the heavens and earth. Following that, a pitch-black finger pressed down on the black-colored palm. Like a black heavenly pillar, it shattered the heavens. At the same time, one of his fingers moved as if it had turned into a sharp black sword, blowing away all the holy qi. Boom! When the two elders of the demon city came into contact with the black finger, their bodies exploded into a mist of blood. Their souls fled in panic. An elder of the Netherworld Hall was also directly crushed into meat paste. Even his soul did not escape. The person behind Lin Wudi was terrifying. This devil qi, was it from the devil race? At this moment, countless people between the heavens and earth were terrified. The eyes of the people from the holy cities turned red. They did not expect that their meticulous preparations could not kill the other party. Those who were watching the battle were even trembling. How did it turn from a life-and-death duel into a chaotic battle? The three toads and the people of Wushuang City all breathed a sigh of relief. Great! Lin Xian was not in danger. Fu Hongye snorted coldly. Kill. At this moment, he also had the intention to kill. In an instant, he pierced the heads of three little saints. The corpses of the three little saints fell to the ground. The others were horrified. This Fu Hongye was too strong. Indeed, back then, Fu Hongye was a genius on the pilgrim list. Now, so many years had passed. Although he had left the list, his strength had long reached an incredible level. These elders and little saints were nothing in front of him. Do you think that you can kill me with the killing array you set up? Too naive. Lin Xian rushed forward. His target was Lei Zhan. Lei Zhan was trembling with fear. At first, he thought the nightmare was about to end. He did not expect that the nightmare had just begun. So many holy cities joined forces, but they could not stop the finger in the sky and the pitch-black palm. The devil saint killed the little saints beside Lei Zhan. As for Lei Zhan, I will kill him myself. Hearing this, another finger stretched out between the heavens and earth. The two little saints beside Lei Zhan were killed. The two little saints screamed, No, who are you? Do you want to become enemies with my Thunder God city? They were too frightened. Two little saints, one of whom was a mid-stage little saint, still could not stop the finger. This showed that the owner of the finger was at least a late-stage little saint. Or maybe a sacred venerable. Damn it, are they going to use such a powerful expert? Lei Zhan, without the protection of the little saints, let's see what you can do. Lin Xian sneered, and the great sun's sword in his hand slashed down again. Lei Zhan was sent flying. Damn it, he was already scared out of his wits, so he did not dare to fight. Run, run, run. Thunder wings appeared on his back. Thunder represented extreme speed. He did not believe that the other party could catch up with him. Turning into a stream of light, Lei Zhan left directly. You can't escape. Since it's a life-and-death battle, we have to decide who lives and who dies. Lin Xian quickly chased after him. He turned into a peerless sword light, slashing everything. Lei Zhan was scared out of his wits. He found that his thunder light could not get rid of the other party's pursuit. Speed up. He even swallowed all kinds of heavenly treasures and ignited his bloodline. But he was still caught up. After a fierce battle, Lei Zhan was cut in half again. He exploded the lower half of his body, and the upper half of his body fled quickly. Lin Xian used the void escape art and dodged the force of the explosion. He chased after him again. In the end, he was intercepted by Lei Zhan. Lei Zhan's face became incomparably ugly. Ling Wudi, please let me go. I will not dare to go against you in the future. Let me go this time, and I will agree to anything you want. At the moment of life and death, Lei Zhan no longer had the arrogance from before. I don't want anything, I only want your life. Lin Xian's eyes were cold. Lei Zhan was so angry that his whole body trembled. In the end, he gritted his teeth. Do you want me to kneel down and beg you? He knelt down in the void with a plop. Is that enough? Can you let me go now? I've said it before, this is a life and death battle. It's a battle of superiority and inferiority. No, if you kill me, Thunder God City will not let you go. They will kill you at all costs. Why do you have to? You shouldn't have touched my woman. You've touched my bottom line. So you will die without a doubt. Hearing this, Lei Zhan regretted it. He did not expect that the plan they were so proud of would become the reason for his death. With a pucci, his head was chopped off. The aura of the great dragon sword spirit completely obliterated the other party's soul. A genius of a generation, the head prince of Thunder God City, Lei Zhan, had completely fallen at this moment. Chapter 40:16. Lin Xian brought Lei Zhan's corpse back to the spirit race's world. At this moment, the war was still raging in the spirit race's world. Some of them chased after Lin Wudi, but they were stopped by the black fingers and palms in the sky. On the other side, Fu Hongye and a few second-generation disciples went all out, slaughtering their enemies. The war was extremely terrifying. At this moment, a voice rang out. All of you stop, Lei Zhan has already been killed by me. Having said that, Lin Xian waved his hand, and Lei Zhan's corpse fell from the sky. It was Lei Zhan. Was Lei Zhan really dead? Countless people were terrified. They had never thought that it would end up like this. Lei Zhan was a minor saint, but he was killed just like that. No. The people of Thunder God City gave up the battle and roared crazily. They couldn't accept it. The other minor saints of the other saint cities also stopped, and each of them gasped. Damn it. It was impossible for them to kill Lin Wudi today. Because there was a late minor saint expert behind Lin Wudi. They didn't send such an expert. In their opinion, a group of minor saints was enough to kill Lin Wudi. If they knew that Lin Wudi had a late minor saint expert, they would have sent a saint venerable. However, a saint venerable wouldn't come here easily. If things went wrong, there would be a crazy war between the saint cities. Let's go. The people of the saint cities discussed and prepared to leave. The people of Thunder God City brought Lei Zhan's corpse and soared into the sky. Fu Hongye said coldly, this matter won't end here. Wushuang City will remember what you've done today, and will definitely pay you back in the future. Lin Xian sneered. I heard that there are people who want to propose marriage. I'll pay a visit to your saint cities one day. At that time, I hope your chief disciples will be able to come out of seclusion. I'm going to have a life and death battle with them. As soon as these words came out, the elders of the saint cities in the sky almost fainted. This lunatic wants to have a life and death battle. They quickly ran away. The great battle quickly came to an end. Heaven and earth were shattered, and countless saint blood splashed everywhere. It wouldn't disappear in a short period of time. The minds of the people attending the banquet went blank. They knew that there would be a lot of excitement today, but they didn't expect that Lin Xian's side would emerge victorious. The people from the spirit race were dumbfounded. They weren't optimistic about Lin Xian's chances. But now, they were optimistic that Lei Zhan would die. Lin Xian, who he didn't think highly of, was so terrifying. They knew they were done for. Indeed, many people from the spirit race knelt on the ground with a thud and said in a trembling voice, Lin Gongzi, we acted recklessly and offended young master. Please forgive me, young master. Yes, young master, please let us off for Chiaoer's sake. How could these people not be terrified? If the other party could kill Lei Zhan just like that, there was no need to talk about the rest of them. The spiritual race patriarch instantly aged 1,000 years. Ling Lianhua and the others were so scared that they almost fainted. Junior brother, I'll leave it to you to deal with these people. Fu Hongye said that no matter what you do, Wushuang City will be your firm backing. You don't need to worry about anything. As soon as these words were uttered, countless people were in an uproar. The people from the spirit race kept kowtowing because what Fu Hongye meant was that even if Lin Xian annihilated the spirit race, Wushuang City would also fully support him. In this way, they would really be in danger of being annihilated. Humph, now you know fear. What were you doing before? You even wanted to marry Lei Shun City. Are you guys crazy? The Crimson Dragon sneered. Lin Xian looked at these people and his eyes flickered. He asked, "Where's Chiu-er?" The people from the spirit race were delighted. Maybe he would really let them off for Shun Jingqiu's sake. Chiu-er is still cultivating in seclusion. I'll bring you guys there now. Some elders of the spirit race stood up and wanted to lead the way. At this moment, a voice came from the depths of the spirit race. There's no need. I'm already out. Everyone exclaimed, and Lin Xian's eyes lit up. An ethereal young lady flew over from afar. She had an outstanding temperament, and her aura had reached the early sixth heaven of the saint realm. She was also a small saint. Moreover, she was the first to break through to the small saint realm. Her aura was even stronger than Lei Zhan's. Chiu-er. Lin Xian waved his hand. Shun Jingqiu flew over. Lin Xian, I've made you worry. It's good that you're fine. Lin Xian smiled with relief. Shun Jingqiu said, Brother Lin Xian, I know what happened. Can you let me handle the people from the spirit race? All right. Lin Xian nodded. Even if Shun Jingqiu released all of them, he wouldn't say anything. Chiu-er, Holy Lady. The people from the spirit race stood up and heaved a sigh of relief. Shun Jingqiu was their holy lady after all. They shouldn't be in any danger. These people only needed to apologize. Hence, they smiled. Chiu-er, it's our fault this time. Don't worry, it won't happen again. Shun Jingqiu's expression was cold. She changed her cute appearance and said, Next time? I'm afraid there won't be a next time. What does she mean? These people trembled. The leader also said, Chiu-er, it's our fault. However, don't let your emotions affect your decisions. Yes, the spiritual lotus also said, Sister Chiu-er, we know we're in the wrong. Please let us live. I want to know who proposed this marriage. Who agreed? Who hosted it? Shun Jingqiu asked. Many people fell silent when they heard this. One of the elders stood up and said, Chapter 40:17. Hearing this, the people of the spirit tribe were stunned. Shun Jingqiu was the future hope of the spirit tribe, but now she was cutting ties with them. In this way, the future of the spirit tribe was bleak. Why? Is one world not enough? Then I can give you one more. Shun Jingqiu's expression was cold. The leader of the spirit tribe closed her eyes. She knew that their decision this time had completely hurt Shun Jingqiu's heart, and it was irreversible. So he said, Chiu-er, thank you for showing mercy this time. The spirit tribe is grateful. From now on, the spirit tribe would go into seclusion and not come out for 100 years. Countless people were in an uproar. It seemed that the spirit tribe had suffered a double loss. Big brother Lin Xian, let's go. After dealing with the matter of the spirit tribe, Shun Jingqiu's expression was a little lonely. Lin Xian said gently as he held Shun Jingqiu in his arms. In the next moment, they all rose into the air and left this place. They came to the outer space. Lin Xian said, Don't worry, Chiu-er, I will always be with you. Big brother Lin Xian, you are so good. Shun Jingqiu held Lin Xian's arm. I gave the spirit tribe a world. Big brother Lin Xian won't think that I am too wasteful, right? Lin Xian said, It's nothing. After all, the spirit tribe has taken care of you for so many years. Moreover, those who went against you have been killed, and those who are left are those who are good to you. It's just that they made a mistake in a moment of confusion. Let's go. I will help you conquer a world. Lin Xian smiled. The Crimson Dragon and the others were also excited. Were they going to take action? They were going to start conquering the world. Shun Jingqiu looked up and smiled. Well, you don't have to worry about that, big brother Lin Xian. I have a way. Do you have a world in your hands? This time, even Fu Hongye and the others were surprised. One had to know that controlling a world was something only the Holy City could do. Apart from that, only the top families could do it. They had never heard of a person controlling a world. I obtained some good fortune on planet Tianming, so I can still do it. Shun Jingqiu smiled. Lin Xian and the rest were also confused. Oh yes, Qiu I would have forgotten if you hadn't mentioned it. What did you experience on planet Tianming? Why haven't I seen you yet? Fu Hongye and the others were also puzzled. Brother Xian, can you let me keep a little secret? I promised the other party that I wouldn't say anything. All right, as long as you're not in danger, Lin Xian smiled. Then, he pulled Shun Jingqiu into his arms. A few of the second-generation disciples laughed. Junior brother Lin, this is an eye-opener for us. We've always heard of your legends, and now we've finally seen it for ourselves. Lin Xian turned around. His senior brothers were being too courteous. I'll treat you to some roasted golden crow meat. He still had some stock here, so they found a world to land on. He began to set up the grill and began to roast the golden crow. When Fu Hongye saw the golden crow meat, the corner of his mouth twitched slightly. He smiled bitterly and shook his head. I've been roaming the starry skies for so many years, but this is the first time I've eaten golden crow meat. The second-generation disciples were even more dumbfounded. They really didn't know what to say. However, after eating, Fu Hongye and the others' eyes lit up. It was really delicious. It seemed that they would have to hunt some golden crows to try in the future. After eating, Fu Hongye said, "All right, I won't disturb you anymore. Seeing that you're not in danger, I can return to report. Remember, you'll always be the disciples of Peerless City. Peerless City will always protect you. Return when you have time." "Thank you, senior brother. I'll take care of some things, then return to Peerless City with Qiu." After that, Fu Hongye and the others returned to the sacred land. Only Lin Xian, the northern demon, and the others were left. Of course, the two holy demons were still hiding in the dark. Lin Xian thought about it and didn't let them return. Instead, he said, "Let's go somewhere." "Where to?" Shun Jingqiu was puzzled. Even the toad and the others were puzzled. Lin Xian said, "Let's go to my world." A light appeared in his eyes. He also had a world. To be exact, he had two worlds. That was planet Twinrain. He had once obtained the heart of the realm of planet Twinrain in the chaos. However, planet Twinrain was now divided among many powers. However, he still had control. As long as he was willing, he could summon tsunamis and lightning tribulations at any time to attack the people above. Qiu was also shocked when she heard this. The toad even jumped up. F***CK. You've already controlled two worlds. This was really unbelievable. There were still battles happening on planet Twinrain. However, most of it had already been divided. Lin Xian and the others arrived quietly. They didn't alert anyone else. The toad asked if they should chase these people out. Lin Xian shook his head. Not now. Let them be proud for a while. When there was time in the future, he would make them spit out everything they had. Moreover, there was another reason, and that was that a world of stars was interdependent. Humans needed the world's energy, and the world also needed life on it. This was a form of coexistence. Therefore, Lin Xian didn't make a move now. He brought everyone to the center of the world, below the earth. After arriving at planet Twinrain, Lin Xian could feel that this world and him had a mysterious relationship. He could mobilize the power of the entire world to fight against it. This time, he had another purpose. That was, he had a small 8 trigrams in the Golden Palace's Yang Hall. Lin Xian had also studied it before. Moreover, he had also asked Black Mountain before. Black Mountain said that this 8 trigrams was equivalent to an 8 trigrams furnace that could be used to refine weapons. Therefore, Lin Xian planned to use the power of the two worlds on planet Twinrain to provide power to the 8 trigrams. He was prepared to refine a sacred weapon, which was the Great Destruction Spear. The more his strength increased, the more Lin Xian felt that the Great Destruction Spear's power was endless. Therefore, he had to refine it properly. He had to make it completely his. He typed out the 8 trigrams and placed it in the depths of the world. Lin Xian took out the Great Destruction Spear and placed it in as well. Then, He mobilized the power of the world and began to refine and cultivate it. This was a slow process. In the short term, he shouldn't be able to use the Great Destruction Spear. Fortunately, he still had the unparalleled sword in his hand. Coupled with his physique, his strength didn't weaken. Moreover, once the Great Destruction Spear was refined again, it would be a handy sacred weapon. At the same time, the second astral realm was once again in an uproar. The matter of the spirit tribe was completely spread. Everyone was in an uproar. The marriage alliance failed. Lei Xin was dead. Who did it? Did Peerless City send an expert over? It was Lin Wudi who did it. Chang Tianya. Was he finally out? Had he also become a minor saint? Everyone knew that Lei Zhan was a minor saint. Now that Lin Wudi could kill him, it meant that he had also become a minor saint. It was unbelievable. However, the situation wasn't so. Everyone found that Lin Wudi's body was only a saint, but he could kill Lei Zhan. It was really shocking. Chapter 4018. It's over. Thunder God City will definitely not let this matter rest. They will definitely assassinate the other party crazily. The other saint cities probably won't even be able to fall asleep. If such a peerless enemy doesn't go out early, they won't be at ease. The second star realm was once again boiling because of Lin Xian's action. Thunder God City was furious. Their chief disciple was killed. This was simply a great humiliation. In an instant, they sent out many experts to assassinate him. However, they only met Fu Hongye and his group on the way back to Wushuang City. They fought a great battle and returned in defeat. Fu Hongye kept chasing after these experts of Thunder God City and spread the word that if they dared to let him see them again, he would kill his way to Thunder God City. This scene once again caused an uproar. No one knew where Lin Wudi had gone. The people of Thunder God City were so angry that they vomited blood. Lei Zhan, that trash. On this day, a disdainful voice came from Wanjian Pavilion. He was actually killed by someone. It was really a disgrace to a minor saint. The one who said this was Jianchen. He had also come out of seclusion. Moreover, his strength had also reached the minor saint realm. After Jianchen came out, he couldn't wait to show his strength. Therefore, he announced to the world that Lin Wudi would come out, and he would definitely kill him under his sword. This scene caused an uproar in the starry sky. However, Lin Xian didn't appear at all. Jianchen gritted his teeth. Damn it, I don't know where he is hiding. In that case, I will let you come out. He used the same method to bring people to Kunlun Pavilion to propose. F***CK. It can't be. This Jianchen actually dares to propose. Moreover, he is proposing to Murong Qingqing this time? I heard that Murong Qingqing is also Lin Wudi's woman. Isn't this Jianchen courting death? Not necessarily. Jianchen's strength was originally much stronger than Lei Zhan's. He was an existence that could become a saint king. After breaking through to minor saint, his strength should have far surpassed Lei Zhan. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done this. For a time, the news spread quickly in the starry sky. Even Lin Xian and the others who were at the other end of the starry sky knew about it. Because the people of Double Rain Star were also talking about it everywhere. Not good. The Crimson Dragon and the others flew back and passed on the news. Lin Xian's face was cold. It seemed like killing Lei Zhan wasn't enough. He had to kill all of them. His eyes were filled with killing intent. Let's go. He was prepared to bring people to the Kunlun Pavilion to kill Jianchen. However, before they could make a move, another piece of news came. This time, it was the Northern Demon who returned. He had a strange expression on his face. I don't think we need to rush there for the time being. What happened? Lin Xian asked. The toad and the others also said, why not? I'm not afraid of them. The northern monster said that it wasn't a matter of whether he was afraid or not. It was just that there was no need to. As he spoke, he told her the news. When they heard this, they were all stunned. It turned out that another piece of news had spread. The starry sky was in an uproar. Jianchen was immensely proud of himself. He brought people to the marriage alliance, but in the end, the Kunlun Pavilion didn't agree at all. Jianchen still wanted to act shamelessly. He wanted to use his identity and the strength of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion to threaten them. In the end, he was directly beaten out by Morong Qingqing. It was said that Jian Shan directly fled. He was in a very miserable and sorry state. When this news came out, everyone was stunned. Was that Morong Qingqing of the Kunlun Pavilion already so terrifying? He could actually defeat Jianshan? Tianya, what kind of destiny was she? She didn't know anything. She was testing. Everyone went crazy. Why was there someone else other than Chao Tiansheng who was risking his life? Morong Qingqing's strength was beyond everyone's expectations, so much so that even the Northern Demon and the others were stunned. Lin Xian's lips curled up into a smile. It seemed that Qingqing had also broken through. Humph, this Jian Shan had hit an iron plate, right? He even dared to provoke his woman. He was courting death. Since Morong Qingqing was not in danger, he was not in a hurry to go. It was better to accompany Chiao first. After that, the two of them began to live a loving life. After a few days, the Northern Demon said, "Brother Lin, I'm preparing to go out and cultivate for a period of time. Can I cultivate here?" Lin Xian was surprised. "I won't be a third wheel." "I won't be a third wheel either." Heishan also walked out. "I'll bring my disciple to cultivate and try to let him break through to become the Xiao Shaosheng as soon as possible." "All right." Lin Xian shrugged. "If there's anything you want to find me for, just send a message to Wushuang City. I should be able to receive it." After the Northern Demon and Heishan left, the Crimson Dragon, the Toad, and Little White also wanted to leave. Lin Xian asked, "Where are you guys going?" The Toad said, "I'm going to look for treasures." "Do you think I'm a vegetarian?" "Let me tell you, my identity is so big that it'll scare you to death. Now, I'm going to look for the lost treasure." The Crimson Dragon chuckled. "I'll go with Brother Toad. And Little White, lend it to us." With that, the three of them also ran away. Only Lin Xian and Shen Jingqiu were left. "Forget it, let's not bother about them. The two of us will stay here." The two of them began to live a loving life. Time passed quickly. A year passed in the blink of an eye. In this year, Lin Xian's cultivation base had become even more stable, and his divine body had completely transformed into a minor saint. Shen Jingqiu became more beautiful than before. Her strength was also increasing rapidly. This made Lin Xian very surprised, because in this year, the two of them only cared about their love and did not cultivate much. However, the speed at which Shen Jingqiu's cultivation was growing was too shocking. It seemed like Shen Jingqiu had received an incredible summon. "Brother Lin Xian, Chiao has to go on a long journey. I've promised the spirit tribe that I'll give them a world. Do you want me to go with you?" Lin Xian asked. Shen Jingqiu shook her head. "Don't worry, with Chiao-er's cultivation, she won't be in danger." "Brother Lin Xian, why don't you go and see Sister Miss Seductress? When I'm done, I'll go and find you." "That's good." Lin Xian waved his hand. After all, for people like them who wanted to walk the path of Great Emperor, they had to spend less time together. A year of warmth. Lin Xian was already very satisfied. Shen Jingqiu waved her hand and left. Lin Xian sat down cross-legged again. He had not cultivated for a year. Now, he had to cultivate properly. On the other side, Shen Jingqiu left. Double Rain Star turned into a stream of light and shuttled through the universe. Not long after she left, a cold voice sounded. "Is he your man? His talent is not bad. He actually has the 9-yang divine body." It was a woman's voice. It was unusually cold. However, there was no one around. If there was someone here, they would definitely be shocked. However, Shen Jingqiu's face was calm. It seemed like she already knew about his existence. She snorted coldly. "You don't have to care about Brother Lin Xian's matters." "All right, I don't care about his matters. Let's talk about your matters. I've already given you a year's time. I didn't rush you. The two of you, you've had enough of your tenderness. Isn't it time to get down to business?" Chapter 4019. Hearing this, Shen Jingqiu's face turned cold. The woman's voice sounded again. "What's wrong? Are you going back on your words? You were the one who wanted to walk this path. Since you've decided, you can't go back on your words." Shen Jingqiu said, "Don't worry, I don't plan to go back on my words." "That's good. Don't worry, According to what I said, your cultivation will definitely surpass all the geniuses in the second astral realm. You'll leave them in the dust. Now, let's begin. Shun Jingqiu's figure disappeared into the starry sky. On the other side, Lin Xian didn't know that there was a mysterious woman in Shan Jingqiu's body. At this moment, he was preparing to cultivate for a period of time before going out to travel. He wanted to break through to the small saint realm as soon as possible. He was looking forward to what kind of changes would happen when he broke through to the small saint realm. At that time, killing small saints would be as easy as cutting vegetables. Those in the same realm wouldn't be his match at all. Double Rain Planet. Many saint cities were divided by the major clans. However, there was a place that no one dared to set foot in, because this place was very strange. The saint cities that were fighting against each other, and those terrifying experts were now united in the hands of a single person. Together, they formed a very frightening alliance. Who was the boss behind this alliance? No one knew. They only knew that it was a woman who could make countless saints crawl under her feet. Li Tianqing was a small saint from the Ghost Hell region. He was also an elder stationed on the Double Rain Planet. Previously, when they were fighting for a spirit vein, the Ghost Hell region's people were injured by the alliance. This time, he was prepared to go to the alliance to ask for an explanation. What alliance? How dare they go against our Ghost Hell region? They're courting death. He wore black clothes and ran with a ruthless gaze. As a small saint, he was very powerful. Moreover, the Ghost Hell region's cultivation method was sinister. He was like a ghost, bringing with him terrifying information. Soon, he arrived at the Alliance's territory and directly killed his way in. The people from the Alliance naturally counterattacked. However, how could those fifth-layer saints be his match? Soon, they fell to the ground and wailed. Li Tianqing sneered and walked towards the depths of the Alliance. Soon, he arrived at the deepest part of the Alliance. What woman? Come out and see me. A terrifying voice sounded. However, in the next moment, the void cracked open and a terrifying palm slapped out. There was an ancient mirror in his hand that was emitting a terrifying light. Li Tianqing's expression changed as well. With a sway of his body, he pushed the door open. Little saint. He couldn't believe that there were little saints in this alliance. And from the looks of it, that was a powerful demon saint. His face darkened. It seemed like there was going to be a tough battle ahead. But at this moment, a lazy voice sounded from the palace in front of him. Let him in. A towering tiger sage walked out of the void with a cold look on his face. Hearing the woman's words, he snorted coldly. Go in, but behave yourself, or I'll tear you to pieces. Li Tianqing's pupils shrank to the size of needles. It was actually someone from the saber-toothed tiger tribe. This really surprised him. One had to know that this was a dignified, far, ancient royal family. To think that they would submit to someone else. Who on earth was the woman inside? Thinking of this, he became even more impatient. He secretly circulated his power. As long as there was danger, he would go all out. In the next moment, he pushed open the door of the palace. There was no one inside. He walked through a few more palaces and found a woman sitting in front of him. She was an extremely beautiful woman. Her entire body was emitting a seductive aura. It's you. Li Tianqing's lips curled into a disdainful smile when he saw her. She wasn't a little saint, and her cultivation base was only at the 5th level. What was going on with her being the leader? Were the people of the Alliance crazy? Could it be that they were lusting after beauty? But at their level, they could capture any woman they liked and make her their concubines. They could either use her as a cauldron and let them play with her. How could they let a woman manipulate them? Become my subordinate, and I can spare your life. The woman in front of him stood up. Her every word and action, including her voice, was filled with endless seduction that could make one's soul sink into it. Seduction? Trying to use such a method to subdue me? What a joke. I'm a little saint. At this point, Li Tianqing's body emitted a ghostly aura. Go to hell. He stretched out his ghostly claw. This was the attack of a little saint. It was abnormally terrifying. However, the sound of a bell rang between heaven and earth. Clang. Li Tianqing was stunned. He didn't manage to launch his attack. His soul, however, received an intense fluctuation. This is the joyous bell. You're from the joyous hall. He was too surprised. He didn't expect this woman to be from the joyous hall. The joyous hall was a sacred ground. Moreover, it was a sacred ground that specialized in seduction techniques that could disturb one's soul and make one sink into it. Humph, if you're a little saint, then I'm really afraid of you. But you're just a 5th level. Do you think you can seduce me? You're overestimating yourself. Is that so? I'll make you crawl under my feet today. The woman in front of him revealed an even more seductive smile. The next moment, she activated the joyous bell with all her might. All kinds of strange sounds rang between heaven and earth. However, he was a little saint after all. Lilitian was very strong. He blocked the attacks while attacking madly. Soon, he arrived in front of the woman. The next moment, his pupil shrank, because he saw a saber appear in the beautiful woman's hand. A pair of mandarin duck daggers were slashing down at him. Not good. It's the endless saber of affection. Damn it! He screamed crazily and wanted to turn around and leave. However, the slash still managed to hit him. However, the strange thing was that his body didn't seem to split apart at all. However, his expression changed. His pale face became incomparably ferocious. He seemed to want to resist, but not long after, his eyes became empty. The next moment, they were filled with light. That wasn't coldness, but love, a deep love. He looked at the peerless beauty in front of him as if he had fallen in love. Now, are you willing to crawl under my feet? I'm willing. Li Tianxing, an elder of the ghost hellland and a terrifying little saint, was actually crawling under the woman's feet. The woman giggled, and the seduction on her body became even stronger. The whole palace seemed to be filled with a spring breeze. She put away the short saber and then bowed. Remember, I'm your master from now on. My name is Yusi Concubine. Yes, master. Li Tianxing raised his head, and a fiery light appeared in his eyes. However, although his eyes were fiery, he didn't dare to act rashly. This was the power of the Joyous Union sect. They could make countless men go crazy for you, but they didn't dare to cross the line. They could easily play with these people in the palm of their hand. Very good. I have already subdued 2 minor saints. Plus, I have those 5th heavenly layer experts. Lin Xian, your death is coming. The seduction in UC Concubine's eyes disappeared, replaced by a biting cold killing intent. She must take revenge for this. Chapter 40-20. Lin Xian didn't know that Yushirchia was on the Twin Rain planet, and that her strength had become so terrifying. She could even control 2 small saints and a large number of 5th firmament experts. This method was really too unbelievable. At this moment, he was still cultivating. Buzz. When he sensed an extremely terrifying danger, he opened his eyes. He instantly tore open the void. In an instant, he arrived above the 9 heavens. In the next moment, a terrifying attack came towards him again. Lin Xian directly came to the outer space. It wasn't that he was afraid, but that his heart ached. This was his world. If he really destroyed it, he wouldn't be able to find anyone to compensate. Therefore, he didn't want to fight here. Who is it? Come out. How dare you assassinate me? Which holy city are you from? In his opinion, it was very likely that it was the people from Thunder God City and the Myriad Sword Pavilion. Still not giving up? In the next moment, the void split open, and a man in black armor walked out. He carried 2 blades on his back, and the aura on his body was very cold. He had reached the late 5th firmament. Someone from the Fiend planet? Lin Xian frowned. Do you know who I am? You dare to fight with me? Lin Xian sneered. His current reputation could resound throughout the 2nd astral realm. Those geniuses in the holy city didn't dare to attack him. A mere fiend planet dared to be so arrogant? With a clang, the expert from the fiend planet pulled out the 2 blades on his back and danced quickly. Horrifying saber lights were densely packed as they slashed forward. Unable to withstand a single blow, Lin Xian sneered. He waved his hand and clawed forward, directly tearing apart the blade lights that filled the sky. Then, he slapped over. The saint spat out blood and flew backward, his body splitting open. At the same time, three figures appeared on Lin Xian's left, right, and back. The three figures were wearing different clothes. Obviously, they weren't from the same family or sect. However, the three of them were all ice saints. The law of ice filled the air and directly enveloped Lin Xian. Countless ice instantly formed on Lin Xian's body. He became an ice sculpture. Humph! How dare you trap me with mere ice? His body trembled slightly, and the ice quickly cracked. At this moment, a purple claw came over. A slap landed on his body. Lin Xian raised his hand to block. With a clang, the sky collapsed and the earth split open. He was forced back, and his entire arm was numb. A small saint. At this moment, he finally frowned. From the looks of it, it was a demonic beast. Was it someone from the Fiend City to set up such a simple trap? Lin Xian channeled his qi and blood, and the divine fire surged, repairing his numb arm. He sneered. 1,000 Demon City? Interesting. I'll play with you. A crackling sound came from his body. When the fiends is seeing Zes Hexian, S roar. Your aura indicates that you've joined the Joyous Union Palace. You really have a lot of questions. But when you go to the Yellow Springs, I'll burn paper money to tell you. Now go to hell. Yu Shichia's eyes were filled with monstrous killing intent. It was the person in front of her who had destroyed the Rain Clan. Now, she wanted revenge. She wanted to tear him into pieces. Boy, I'll use your blood to pay tribute to the thousands of heroic spirits of the Rain Clan. Lin Xian laughed loudly. Heroic spirits? I think they're more like wandering ghosts. The Rain Clan has only yourselves to blame for today's outcome. I'm the benefactor of the Rain Clan. How did you treat your benefactor? If you had a bit of conscience, you wouldn't have ended up like this. Lin Xian snorted coldly. There was nothing to say about this matter. It was the Yu clan who were despicable and shameless first, so it was normal for him to destroy the Rain Clan. Yu Shichia trembled with anger. She didn't care how despicable her clan was. She only wanted to kill him now. Attack. With a shout, the Joyous Union bell in her hand rang. Immediately, the eyes of the surrounding saints turned red. The two little saints, in particular, let out a roar. Chapter 4021. Die, kid. Li Tianqing was the first to attack. He took out a black flag and waved it. Ghostly chi rushed out from it. On the other side, the saber-toothed tiger sage also attacked. His huge body charged over. At the same time, the ancient mirror above his head kept glowing. Everything was destroyed. Buzz. Lin Xian condensed the death demonic saber in his left hand and slashed forward, colliding with the Yin ghosts. At the same time, the great sun sword in his right hand swept out and clashed with the persevering tiger sage. Lin Xian fought against two alone. It was unparalleled. These two people were very strong. They had been in the minor saint realm for hundreds of years, so their combined strength was extremely powerful. Although Lin Xian's physical body was a saint, his laws and cultivation were not, so he felt a lot of pressure at this moment. However, he was still not afraid. He had experienced pressure countless times in his life. He roared, and his divine body shone. The death demonic saber and great sun sword merged with his arms. At this moment, his arms turned into sharp saint artifacts, and he kept attacking. Golden flames surged into the sky, and the Taiji diagram spun out, releasing a mysterious aura. Lin Xian used all kinds of divine abilities to fight. Around him, 6 late-stage fifth firmament cultivators formed a formation and attacked, using terrifying laws and divine abilities. They did not dare to get close. The 6 of them combined into a formation, which was also mysterious. Lin Xian used stellar transposition and transferred the attack of the formation to the 2 saints. In an instant, a great battle broke out, and it was difficult to tell who would win. In the distance, the joyous bell in Yu Shichia's hand kept ringing, but she was extremely shocked. Damn it, this guy is actually so strong. It's really unbelievable. It was not that she had not heard of the other party's legend, but no matter how strong he was he could only fight against a saint. Now, 2 saints and 6 late-stage 5th firmament cultivators joined forces, but they could not do anything to him? Thinking of this, her face darkened. It seemed that she had to do it herself. The joyous bell sent out countless sound waves, sweeping towards Lin Xian's soul. Lin Xian felt the spiritual impact. Dang! A golden blade of light blocked the sound waves of the joyous union bells. At the same time, he roared. Chop! The sword slashed out into the distance. Terrifying sword chi swept out, turning into waves, flames, and terrifying mountains. He had directly killed those late-stage 5th heavenly layer experts. He was too strong. They wouldn't even be able to withstand a single blow from him. Now, they could only rely on the 2 little saints. Yusiki was also shocked. The other party's strength was beyond her expectations. You really surprised me. No wonder Lei Jun could die in your hands. But today, you will die without a doubt. At my command, kill him, no matter the cost. Yu Shiqia's dreamy voice drifted over. Lin Xian frowned. The eyes of saber-toothed tiger and Li Tianxing, who were fighting with him, instantly turned red. They burst out with endless light as though they had gone mad. The laws on their bodies burned fiercely, and their power suddenly exploded. It seemed that they wanted to attack regardless of anything. Boom! A single strike had destroyed everything. Lin Xian felt a great threat. It was enough to hurt him. He used the spatial escape, using the spatial divine ability to dodge the attack. After dodging the attack, his face turned pale. That was close. 2 minor saints had sacrificed themselves to unleash a full-powered attack. It was truly hair-raising. Damn it! How could it be? How could these 2 little saints be controlled by others? It was possible to ask a little saint for help, but to ask 2 little saints to burn everything they had without regard for their own lives was not something that anyone could do. Could it be that Yu Shiqia had reached such a terrifying level that she could even control a little saint? He didn't believe it. Yu Shiqia's cultivation was 1 level lower than his. It was too heaven-defying for someone like her to be able to control a little saint. After missing their attack, the 2 little saints burned their blood and laws again. They attacked crazily. The ancient mirror kept expanding, and a ray of light shrouded the entire void. On the other side, the black flag also covered the sky. Both of them had launched a sure kill attack. Lin Xian felt great pressure. His figure flickered, and he took out the Grand Sage Pagoda to block the attack. He blocked the terrifying ancient mirror. The 2 collided violently. At the same time, he pulled out the Dragon Sword Soul. He slashed at the black flag. Boom, boom, boom. The black flag trembled from the beating, and cracks even appeared on it. Damn it! Li Tianxing's heart bled when he saw this. He frantically pulled back the flag. His eyes turned red when he saw his flag was damaged. Seeing this, Yu Shiqia's heart jumped. What was that thing? That sword shadow was too terrifying. Attack! Attack! The joyous union bell in his hand kept shaking. Li Tianxing was still heartbroken, but after receiving the order, he went crazy again. The broken flag charged out once again. Lin Xian waved the sword shadows, forming a taiji diagram. It kept spinning to block the terrifying black aura. At the same time, he roared. His peerless sword technique seemed to tear the universe apart. After a fierce battle, the black flag was completely destroyed. Li Tianxing was also sent flying while vomiting blood. A hint of fear appeared in his infatuated expression. Damn it, this young man is too terrifying. He can actually injure me. On the other side, the saber-toothed tiger saint was also roaring. He used the ancient mirror to block the Grand Sage Pagoda, and at the same time, he charged over. His body was covered in a terrifying demonic light that tore through heaven and earth. Tiger, the king of beasts. As the tiger saint, his power was even more terrifying. Every move he made could shatter the starry sky. The peerless sword technique he used was even more terrifying. Lin Xian's expression was also solemn. However, he did not retreat. Instead, he charged over. He used his fists and legs to fight against his opponent. In an instant, the 2 of them exchanged more than 1,000 moves, and both of them retreated. Lin Xian's body was numb. On the other side, the saber-toothed tiger saint's body was cracked, and many parts of his bones were exposed. He was defeated in a close combat contest. Kill. Lin Xian charged over again. His fists became more and more terrifying, and his body shone brightly. The starry sky lost its brilliance. The stars in the sky were scattered by him. In the end, he smashed the saber-toothed tiger saint's head with a punch. The saber-toothed tiger saint's headless body charged over. On the other side, Li Tianqing also charged over. His entire body was ferocious, and the devil horns on his head grew out. Lin Xian snorted. He held the dragon shadow with both hands and swept it across. The two of them were split into 4 halves, and their blood dyed the void red. How was this possible? The 2 minor saints were dumbfounded. They could not believe it at all. The 2 of them together could not defeat him? Yu Shirqia was also stunned. Damn it! Give me your lives! She screamed. She used the joyous union technique to the extreme. She did not hesitate to sacrifice the lives of the 2 minor saints to kill her opponent. Chapter 40:22. The 2 minor saints' expressions were ferocious. To be honest, they were really unwilling to self-destruct. They wanted to struggle free, but they were quickly controlled. Their bodies suddenly split apart. The entire universe was filled with light and light. It was as if the sun had split open. At this moment, the people on Double Rain Planet were also stunned. They looked up at the sky. Damn it, what was happening up there? Someone was fighting. They didn't dare to go over. That terrifying aura made everyone's hair stand on end. The power of the self-destruction of 2 minor saints could really destroy everything. Lin Xian was instantly swallowed up. He should be dead now, right? The corner of Yu Shirqia's mouth raised into a cold smile. She finally got her revenge. Boom. In front of her, in the terrifying destructive energy, a figure quickly charged out and attacked Yu Shirqia. Yu Shirqia screamed, scared out of her wits. She found that the other party wasn't dead at all, and he seemed to be unharmed. How was this possible? She was really too shocked. She quickly retreated, but how could she be a match for Lin Xian? Lin Xian arrived in front of her in an instant and grabbed her neck with one hand. Yu Shirqia couldn't breathe at all. With your little strength, you still want to take revenge? Is that possible? Lin Xian's eyes bloomed with extremely terrifying killing intent. Yu Shirqia's body was also cold, but at this moment, a mandarin duck curved blade appeared in her hand. Die. Yu Shirqia revealed a cold smile. This was his ultimate move, the endless blade of affection. Even a minor saint couldn't withstand it, let alone the other party. The blade light slashed down coldly. Lin Xian snorted coldly and raised his hand to block. But soon, he was stunned, because he found that the blade had slashed through his body as if it was an illusion. What was going on? Wasn't it a physical attack? Suddenly, he had a splitting headache. He felt that his soul was being attacked. This was a soul attack. This blade was a blade of the soul. Lin Xian covered his head and fell into a struggle. He also withdrew his hand that was grabbing Yu Shirqia's neck. His eyes were ferocious and incomparably red. Yu Shirqia was gasping for air, but she was smiling. How is it? Do you think you can withstand my trump card? Don't worry, I won't kill you. But from now on, you're my slave. For the rest of your life, you can only crawl at my feet. I will torture you for the rest of your life. Yusiki finally laughed out loud. She could finally get her revenge. She wanted her enemy to be tortured for the rest of his life. Lin Xian had indeed suffered a soul attack. Furthermore, this soul attack seemed to be trying to influence him and make him fall in love with this woman. Furthermore, they would serve the other party for all eternity. How could this be? Lin Xian snorted coldly. Destroy. His heavenly fate god eyes quickly opened, and the golden vortex continued to destroy this power. The great dragon sword spirit roared and rushed in. Together with the heavenly secret divine eyes, it destroyed the power of the endless saber technique. In the next moment, Lin Xian's eyes suddenly emitted a golden glow. I'll be a slave for the rest of my life. Very well. I'll accept your offer. I've also decided not to kill you. I'll make you my slave for the rest of your life. How could this be? You weren't affected. Yusiki was so frightened that she took 3 steps back, her face pale. At this moment, she was finally terrified, because her greatest trump card was the endless saber technique. After she left the double rain planet, she had a fortuitous encounter and met a big shot of the Joyous Union sect. She had entered the Joyous Union sect and obtained her current cultivation base because of that big shot. Even the sentimental and endless saber in her hand was a treasure given to her by that big shot. It was for the sake of nurturing her. With the endless saber technique and the Joyous Union technique, Yusiki had been successful in every endeavor. She had even subdued many minor saints. In her opinion, killing Lin Xian would be a piece of cake. However, reality exceeded her expectations. He had actually broken free from the endless saber technique's control. How did you do it? That was impossible. What kind of trump card did he have? In the next moment, when she saw Lin Xian's golden eyes, her body trembled and revealed a trace of fear. Your eye technique is actually so terrifying. Let me show you what true control is. Lin Xian pushed the heavenly secret divine eye to its limits. Yusiki tried her best to resist, but she couldn't. The heavenly secret child prodigy's strangeness and terror had completely exceeded her expectations. In the next moment, she felt a seal being planted in the depths of her soul. This seal wouldn't cause any damage to her soul, but it could affect her soul and make her submit to him forever. She struggled violently, even wanting to use the endless saber technique to resist. However, she was still a step too late. If she had known the power of the heavenly secret divine eye from the beginning and been on full alert, she might have been able to resist. But now, it was all too late. She had been planted with a soul seal, completely becoming Lin Xian's slave. For Lin Xian, planting a slave seal like this wasn't difficult at all. In particular, his heavenly secret divine eye had its own special eye technique. At this moment, he was using one of them. This kind of soul seal was very effective after being planted. It wouldn't affect the other party's talent, thoughts, or various actions. It was only related to him. Any order he gave, the other party had to submit. This was the power of this soul seal. What did you do to me? Yusiki screamed crazily. Lin Xian's lips curled into a cold smile. Naturally, I'll make you my slave according to your agreement. As he spoke, he used his eye technique. Submit to me now. No, I won't submit to you. Yusiki also screamed crazily, but her body involuntarily knelt down. Even her voice couldn't help but come out. Greetings, Master. Damn it, how could it be like this? After bowing, Yusiki screamed in horror. However, she still knelt there, her face full of fear. She discovered that although she could clearly sense everything, she had no choice but to submit to the other party's orders. This was really too terrifying. It seemed to be even more terrifying than the endless saber technique. The effect wasn't bad. Try again. Stand up and take off your clothes. Hearing this, Yusiki screamed. No. However, she couldn't help but stand up. Her hands even began to quickly unbutton her clothes. Soon, her clothes slipped down. Damn it. Yusiki closed her eyes. She opened her eyes and looked at me. Lin Xian gave another order. Yusiki's eyes were forcefully opened by a force. This was the change that occurred after her body received the order. However, her emotions were violently trembling. No. 2 streams of tears flowed down her face. Right now, she felt even worse than death. Could it be that she would be tortured like this for the rest of her life? Right now, she was very regretful. When her clan was being exterminated, she had successfully escaped. If she had hidden, she could have lived her life safely. However, she wanted revenge and even thought that she could succeed. If the heavens gave her another chance, she wouldn't dare to take revenge even if she was beaten to death. But now, it was too late to say anything. Chapter 4023. Very good, seeing this scene. Lin Xian smiled in satisfaction. He said, Tell me everything about your experiences over the years, and don't hide anything. This was Yushurchia's secret. She didn't want to say it at all, but she couldn't control her mouth at all. Next, Yushurchia told him everything that had happened over the years. It turned out that when the spirit clan was exterminated, after she escaped, she wandered into the starry sky. During this time, she met an injured woman in a world. At that time, she was also on the run, so she sympathized and helped this woman. 3 years later, this woman woke up. She didn't expect that she was a big shot in the Hahuan sect. She had a high position and was powerful. However, she was injured in battle and almost died. When she woke up, she found Yushurchia. Firstly, Yushurchia saved her life, and she was grateful. Secondly, she found that Yushurchia's physique was naturally suitable for their Hahuan pavilion. Therefore, she took Yushurchia as her disciple and passed down the affection blade. Then, Yushurchia used the affection blade and the powerful Hahuan technique to start the process of subduing those saints. Lin Xian was extremely surprised after hearing this. This Yushurchia actually had such a fortuitous encounter. It was really hard to believe. Moreover, he revealed a strange expression because he discovered that although the saints that the other party had captured were all infatuated, however, it seemed that they hadn't even touched Yushurchia's little finger. It was really terrifying to be able to play with saints in the palm of her hand. However, he soon narrowed his eyes. In that case, you were still there the first time. Since that was the case, he couldn't waste it. What do you want to do? Hearing this, Yushurchia took 2 steps back. Although she practiced the joyous union technique and had controlled many saints, she was still a virgin. Now that she had fallen into the hands of this great demon king, how could she have a good ending? Lin Xian narrowed his eyes. What do you think I want to do? I'm your benefactor. But what about you? You've tried to kill me time and time again. Even now, after your clan has been exterminated, you still don't know how to repent and want to kill me. Since that's the case, how can I let you go? Previously, when I first came to the Double Rain planet, I heard that you have the super strong bloodline of the Rain clan. If that's the case, your bloodline will be able to nourish the other party and greatly increase their strength. That's why so many geniuses wanted to woo you back then. Now, I want to have a taste of your Rain clan's bloodline. No, you can't be like this. Yu Qian screamed in fright. She almost fainted. Did he really dare to do such a thing to her? Lin Xian laughed coldly. This was not up to him. He waved his hand and took out the great sage tower. Then, he said, "Go in and wash yourself clean." Yushurchia was about to go crazy, but her body involuntarily approached the great sage tower. Lin Xian's lips curled into a smile. He disposed of the corpses of the saints and collected their storage rings and other valuables. If it was useful, he would take it. If it was useless, he would put it into the 8 trigrams furnace to use as energy. Then, he walked into the great sacred tower. He controlled the great sacred tower and entered the depths of the Double Rain planet. Inside the great sacred tower, Yushurchia had already washed herself clean. At this moment, her heart was extremely nervous. Lin Xian walked in. "I hope your bloodline won't disappoint me." He picked up Yushurchia, making love on a mountain of Wu, spending a wonderful night together. After an unknown amount of time, Yushurchia woke up. She looked at the blood on the ground and the changes in her body and screamed crazily. At this moment, a voice came from beside her. "Quiet down. My ears are about to go deaf." Damn it. Yushurchia jumped up. She was about to go crazy. I have to say, the Rain clan's bloodline is really strong. It actually allowed me to rise by a realm. Thank you. I'm now a late-stage 5th firmament person. Indeed, even Lin Xian didn't dare to believe this. How long had it been since his last breakthrough? He could actually break through again. This made him feel like he was dreaming. It seemed that not killing her and making her his maid was the right choice. You broke through. You actually broke through. Yushurchia felt like she was going crazy. She actually helped her enemy break through a realm. This was worse than death. Suddenly, she found that she had also broken through, reaching mid-stage 5th firmament. For a moment, she was also stunned. It could be said that her emotions were extremely complicated. "All right, I'm hungry. Prepare some food for me. I want to eat." Lin Xian ordered first. Yushurchia was extremely unwilling, but she had to start preparing. After tasting the benefits of the Rain clan's bloodline, Lin Xian let Yu Shijie stay by his side for the next 2 months. Wu Mountain and Wu Rain. His strength increased every time he went through the 9 tribulations. Of course, he didn't break through again. Because the effect of the first time was the best, he was able to achieve a breakthrough. On this day, Lin Xian stood up. It was about time to go find Qingqing. It would be best if he met Jianshan and killed him. Go outside and gather information for me. Look at Morong Qingqing and Jianingqing. Where are they now? Yu Shijie left the Great Sage Pagoda and returned a day later. At the same time, she brought back news. It turned out that Morong Qingqing had been chasing Jianshan all this time. It seemed that she was using the pursuit as a form of cultivation. At this moment, the two of them were on Qingshui planet. It was said that Jianshan was about to collapse, so he didn't plan to run anymore. He wanted to fight to the death with his opponent on Qingshui planet. Fight to the death? With just him? Humph. Lin Xian snorted coldly and headed to Qingshui planet. The two of them left Twin Rain planet and headed for Qingshui planet. At this moment, Qingshui planet was extremely lively. Because of Morong Xingqian and Jianshan, the second astral realm was shaken. When the news spread, all the experts headed to Qingshui planet. Therefore, Qingshui planet was extremely lively. Countless experts and geniuses had come. It was even rumored that many top experts from the Holy City had come to watch the battle. Amidst this lively scene, 2 figures descended. It was Lin Xian and Yu Shijie. After the two of them came down to investigate, they realized that the battle hadn't started yet. Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. Luckily, he had arrived in advance. Let's go. The two of them shuttled through the air quickly. However, gradually, Lin Xian realized that someone seemed to be watching him. On this trip to Qingshui planet, Lin Xian had changed his appearance. This was because his identity was too influential. If he came, everyone would probably attack him again. Lin Xian was here to help Morong Qingqing. He didn't want to cause too much trouble. At the very least, he didn't want to scare Jianshan away. Therefore, she changed her appearance. Logically speaking, it shouldn't attract any attention. However, he realized that at least 10 pairs of eyes were watching him along the way. There were many experts among them. Chapter 40-24. What was going on? Had he been discovered? That was impossible. With his methods, these people would not be able to discover him unless a holy venerable came. No, he soon realized that these gazes were not directed at him, but at Yu Shijie beside him. He had to admit that Yu Shijie was a peerless beauty. Standing there, she basically did not speak. A look or a movement was enough to make countless people go crazy. Yu Shijie originally had the weak water body, and the power of her bloodline was enough to make countless people go crazy. Not to mention now that she had joined the Haihuan sect and cultivated this Haihuan technique. Her charm was even more unparalleled. So along the way, she attracted the attention of countless people. Finally, someone could not take it anymore. 2 figures appeared in front of them, blocking their path. "Brother, please wait." These were 2 young men. One was handsome, and the other was tall. Although they were talking to Lin Xian, their gazes were all on Yu Shijie. Not only that, but 3 people also appeared on his left and right. These people were all looking at Yu Shijie. One of them said, "Brother, why don't we discuss something with you?" Lin Xian frowned slightly. The other person beside him snorted coldly and said, "I like this woman of yours. Give her to me, and you can get lost now. I can let you go on the holy road. If you don't know what's good for you, then I'll send you to hell." Lin Xian narrowed his eyes at this threat. He looked at Yu Shijie. "It's all your fault." Yu Shijie rolled her eyes. "It's none of my business. I didn't do anything. If I wanted to cause trouble, I reckon the entire world would come to kill you." Indeed, she really had this kind of charm. Lin Xian snorted coldly. The other party was now his servant, not his enemy. So the other party did not dare to do so. He looked forward and said coldly, "I'm in a hurry. If you don't want to die, get lost. You don't know what's good for you." Can you fight against so many of us by yourself? Let's join forces and kill him. Yes, we can share this beauty. A few people revealed sinister smiles. Such a peerless beauty was hard to come by in 1,000 years. Even if there were, they were in the hands of some old monsters or had very noble status. They did not even dare to think about it. This time, they met a lone beauty. How could he possibly let go? In an instant, the 7 of them attacked. Terrifying laws and divine abilities blasted towards Lin Xian. Lin Xian shouted coldly and slashed forward with his sword. The void in front of him cracked open and swallowed all of the energy. Get lost. With a roar, his sound waves seemed to transform into endless waves, crashing in all directions. All 7 of them spat out blood as they were sent flying, their faces filled with terror. The other party was actually this strong? Damn it. Damn it. He was unwilling to accept this. It wasn't easy for them to encounter such an opportunity, so how could they give it up? They gritted their teeth, wanting to fight with their lives on the line. At this moment, a loud laughter rang out. Good lad. So he was a top-notch genius. No wonder he had such a peerless beauty. However, I have my eyes on your woman. An old voice sounded. Then, an old man descended from the sky. The 7 of them were originally furious. There was actually someone who dared to snatch their woman. Was he courting death? But when they sensed the aura of the old man, all of them shrunk their necks in fear. Early 6th Heaven Saint. This was a small saint. Firmament, small saint. Have both made their moves? This time, let's see how this kid will die. The 7 of them did not leave. Instead, they looked at this scene with a cold smile. Although they couldn't get their hands on the woman, they would still feel great if the beauty was snatched away. They thought evilly, "Kid, I won't bully you. I'll give you a Dharma treasure. Take it and leave quickly." As he spoke, he threw a sword at Lin Xian. Lin Xian glanced at it and sneered. "It's not even a saint weapon, and you want to use it to exchange for a beauty? Do you have the life to take it? I'll give you a chance to live. Get lost quickly. Otherwise, don't blame me for being impolite." So what if the other party was a small saint? Now, 3 small saints had died in his hands. He didn't mind adding one more. The 7 of them were stunned. Is this kid an idiot? How dare he talk to a small saint like this? Humph. Who does he think he is? He's too arrogant. Does he think he can compete with a small saint just because he can defeat the 7 of us? This time, let's see how he will die. Kid, do you know what kind of existence you are talking to? The little saint was infuriated. Since you want to die, I'll fulfill your wish. He stretched out a palm and slapped forward. This strike was going to destroy the other party's soul. A terrifying light burst out from Lin Xian's eyes. Since you want to die, I'll fulfill your wish. The golden light in Lin Xian's eyes was really terrifying. He took a step forward, and his divine body bloomed. A terrifying fist directly blasted out. It was as if the sun had lit up the whole sky. Asterisk boom. Asterisk the small saint was directly sent flying. His body was broken, and he vomited blood. How could this be? The 7 of them were so scared that they wet their pants. That was a small saint. How could he not even be able to withstand a punch? Who is this young man? They were on guard. The small saint's pupils constricted. The pain in his body drove him crazy. He was actually injured by a young man, and by a 5th celestial layer at that. How could this be? How could there be such a terrifying person in the world? Who are you? He stopped and quickly recovered. He gritted his teeth and asked. Lin Xian snorted coldly. The person who will kill you. His body swayed, and he rushed out. Endless flames danced on his arm, turning into a terrifying flaming sword. He slashed down from the sky. How dare you underestimate me? The old man was angry. He was a small saint. How could he not kill the young man? He must have been careless just now. Go to hell. He formed a seal with his palm. Dragon trapped in 3 seas. A terrifying wave appeared in his palm. At the same time, there were 2 more waves on his left and right that rushed forward together. Even if it was a dragon, he would be able to kill it, let alone a young man. Asterisk boom. Asterisk in an instant, Lin Xian was bound by the three waves and was even swallowed. Humph, you're courting death. The old man laughed. The 7 young men also heaved a sigh of relief. They were wondering how the young man could be so heaven-defying. However, everyone was dumbfounded at the next moment. The three waves were directly torn apart. Lin Xian was even more violent than a dragon. You're blocking my way. Go to hell. Lin Xian shouted angrily. An extremely terrifying light appeared in his hand. He could already kill Lei Jun when he was at the mid-stage of the 5th heaven, not to mention that his cultivation base had improved again. The old man's strength was at most on par with Lei Jun. It would be a piece of cake for him to kill the old man. Asterisk boom. Asterisk he threw out a palm that covered the sky and directly shrouded the old man. The old man screamed crazily. How could this be? He tried his best to resist, but he was still killed. His head fell off and his eyes widened. Until his death, he could not believe that he was killed so easily by a young man. He could not withstand a single blow. Lin Xian sneered and retracted his palm. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.